Yeah, you know what it is.
White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
Yeah, you know what it is.
White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
Yeah, you know what it is. Collegeville High School, a champions. Yeah, screaming that's us. And when we on top, boy, quit fussing. All around my town, everything is white and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple. We shut it down for the school and the sports team. White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple. Purple and white, but you know what I mean. Double 11 senior year made history. Football, we took it to the playoffs. Collegeville, white and purple, yeah, we are the K-House. I said the K-House, the school of champions. We laugh a lot, we rap a lot. I'm at Sabia, Indian, again, I'm telling them that Collegeville is where it's at. So when we on the field of court, they better be aware of that. They scared of that, of course. Look at the ceiling. What up, Mr. Floyd? Yeah, it's Collegeville, and yes, I'm glad to say that I'm a K-Hawk. I'm about to graduate. Yeah. You know what it is. Collegeville High School, a champions. Yeah, screaming that's us. And when we on top, boy, quit fussing. All around my town, everything is white and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple. We shut it down for the school and the sports team. White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
White and purple, yeah, I know you see it. You see the chaos and you tell yourself you wanna be it. I go to CHS, so I am a champ. I ran this game so long I'm starting to get a stomach cramp. Class of 1-2, but we're number one. Shout out to all my juniors, yeah, you know we get it done. White and purple, you already know. It's little easy peasy and that boy lay low.
Yeah, you know what it is. Collegeville High School, a champions. Yeah, screaming that's us. And when we on top, boy, quit fussing. All around my town, everything is white and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple. We shut it down for the school and the sports team. White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
I'm about my white and purple, Scarface and DJ Screw. We on the peak of the mountain, best at what we do. Yeah, we the champs, homie, but we ain't selling shoes. These boys bleeding purple, call us the cheapest crew. They don't gotta do it big, cause I don't play no sports. I play my cards right, now a good report. When Dub 12 comes, it's time to roll off. I'm the back cause everybody rolling with me, K-Hawks.
Yeah, you know what it is.
All the freshmen, sophomores,
High school, champions.
yeah, they know what it is.
All around my town, everything is
White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
we shut it down for the school and the sports team.
White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
Yeah, you know what it is. Collegeville High School, a champions. Yeah, screaming that's us. And when we on top, boy, quit fussing. All around my town, everything is white and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple. We shut it down for the school and the sports team. White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
And a very good evening, everyone, and welcome to Kahok Stadium here on the campus of Collegeville High School. I'm Todd Duke, and we're going to have some Lady Kahawk soccer coming your way here tonight on the Kahawk Sports Network as your Collegeville Kahawks get ready to take on the O'Fallon Lady Panthers. And again, I am Todd Duke. Welcome into the broadcast. Welcome into the pregame show brought to you by Chiropractic Works in Collinsville, owned and operated by Dr. Chris McCluskey. He and his crew are focused on helping as many people as possible live high-quality lives all through chiropractic care and wellness. You can visit Dr. McCluskey at Chiropractic Works in Collinsville, 410 Regency Center, just off of the Beltline Road in Collinsville. Give them a call, 343-3602, or online at chiropracticworkscollinsville.com. All right, let's get you caught up to date. JV game just ended, and your Lady Kahawks fell to the O'Fallon Lady Panthers by a score of 2-0. Both O'Fallon goals were scored in the first half of this contest, and the JV team now falls down to a record of 6-9-4. They have one match left in their season, and that'll take place Friday at Edwardsville. So let's move over to the varsity side. Collinsville comes in with an overall record of 5-13-2. They are 2-6 in Southwestern Conference play under their first-year head coach Jody Munoz. O'Fallon comes in at 16-1 on the year. They are undefeated in Southwestern Conference play and have already wrapped up the Southwestern Conference title, even though they have one more game left, but that's at Belleville West coming up on Thursday. Offensively, Collinsville averages scoring about 1.2 goals per game. O'Fallon almost has tripled that. They score 4.4 per game. Collinsville defensively gives up an average of 1.9 goals per game, so right around 2 goals per game. But the O'Fallon Panthers, they don't even give up a goal a game. About 3/4 of a goal per game is what they give up at 0.75. Collinsville, well, they get the dubious task of taking on two different defending state champs as they are coming off of a 1-0 loss to last year's 2A champs Triad. That was a game that was played at McKendree on Saturday, and now they have to face the defending 3A champs here tonight against O'Fallon. Lady Panthers' lone loss of the year is a 1-0 loss that took place at Triad. Triad, by the way, they're 18-1 on the year. Their only loss of the year was to Waterloo back on April the 26th. The match versus Triad was the Lady Knights regular season finale. Triad, by the way, has a 10-day wait before they begin their playoffs versus Taylorville at Civic Memorial on the 17th. That's 1 week from today. That's when Collinsville gets underway in their regional semifinal right here against Alton. For O'Fallon, they are coming off of a 3-1 win at Waterloo last night. So you see where I'm going here? Triad's only loss was to Waterloo. O'Fallon's only loss was to Triad. I don't know what it all adds up to, but O'Fallon's the defending Class 3A state champs. They came in on an 8-game win streak after their lone loss of the season to Triad, as I mentioned, back on April the 9th. They came into that Triad game having won the first 8 games of the year. That after winning 9 straight to end the 2021 campaign as champions, and that was a 1-0 win over LaGrange in last year's 3A championship game. Only 2 losses last year. Another loss to Triad for O'Fallon, 2-0, and they also lost 2-1 to Edwardsville. So the Panthers are now 36-3 over their last 2 seasons. Triad, by the way, defending 2A champs, and we told you O'Fallon is the defending 3A champs. Altoff, the defending 1A champs. So all 3 of last year's champions came from this area. That is kind of cool. All right, we take our first break here on the Chiropractic Works pregame show. When we come back, we are continuing our interviews with all the seniors from this year's squad. Sydney Summer is our next senior up, and my conversation with Sydney comes right after this timeout on the Kahok
As the Director of Sports Medicine at Next Level Performance Institute, I oversee the care of all of our athletes, many high school, collegiate, and professional. Our goal is to help athletes stay on the field and maximize their performance. We have state-of-the-art diagnostic equipment where we can actually perform testing to get to the root cause of problems that could be getting in the way of athletic performance. When it comes to taking care of athletes, we take a full body approach, whether it's musculoskeletal ailments, nutritional issues, organic issues such as headaches, sinuses, digestive issues. We have advanced training to where we can remedy health issues and return that athlete to play as quickly as possible. If you or your athlete are dealing with any kind of nagging sports injury and would like to see if we can possibly help, feel free to give us a call or come by the office anytime.
Ogle Auctions in Collinsville, your place for online auctioning. Go to ogleauctions.com to check out the week's items up for auction. Ogle Auctions deals in everyday items like board games, t-shirts, clocks, antique items, and more. To collectible items, anyone in the market for, say, a trolley? Or maybe you're into more treasure troves like vinyl albums, cars, or motorcycles. And Ogle Auctions is always on the lookout for more auctionable items. Ogle Auctions of Collinsville. Auctions every Sunday at 7 p.m. Check them out at www.ogleauctions.com or call Kim or Mike Ogle at 618-218-2117. Looking for a little bite to eat in a nice, friendly establishment before heading out to a game? Look no further than Elsie's Pub in Caseyville. Just blocks from Collinsville High School, Elsie's Pub is the pub of choice for Kahok fans, before, after, or even during Kahok games. Elsie's Pub features a wide variety of traditional bar food like burgers and fries, chicken wings and chicken strips, appetizers like pepper jack mac and cheese bites, fried pickles, and green beans. Plus they have salads, fish, shrimp, and more. Elsie's Pub also features an outdoor patio, a gaming room, weekly poker tournaments, and a pool table, plus enough TVs for all the sports fans. And LC's Pub shows Kahok games live as well as Blues and Cardinals games. LC's Pub, 605 North Main Street in Caseyville, right across the intersection from All Pro Tees. Call for carry-out orders at 618-855-9007 and on Facebook at LC's Pub. LC's Pub, Kahok fans' pub of choice. The people of Illinois welcome you. The folks in Collinsville, Illinois, well, they want you to stick around for a while and enjoy the sights, the fun, the food, and of course, the Collinsville Kahawks. The city of Collinsville is a proud supporter of the Collinsville Unit 10 School District. So welcome to Collinsville. Come on over, catch a Kahawks game, or enjoy some of the new places to eat, shop, and have fun. There's plenty to do for the young and the young at heart. Enjoy Christmas at the Collins House during the holidays, tunes at Bloom in the warm summer months, and more. There's plenty to do in Collinsville, so come on over for a bit. The folks in Collinsville would love to see you. For more information, go to www.collinsville.org. Looking to buy a new home or sell your current home? Trust the Blaylock Group of eXp Realty with all of your real estate needs. The real estate market is hot right now, and you can trust the years of experience the Blaylock Group brings to the table. The Blaylock Group can help you find your dream home, or they can help you get top dollar for your current home. Give Peyton or Emily Blaylock a call today at the Blaylock Group of eXp Realty, 618-780-4622. That's 618-780-4622. The Blaylock Group of eXp Realty.
At Chiropractic Works, our mission is to help as many people live as high quality of life for as long as possible without the use of drugs and surgery. We have state-of-the-art testing available to see if we think we might be able to help you with any health issues that you're dealing with. Whether it's neck pain, back pain, headache, sinus, allergies, numbness, tingling, shoulder, elbow, wrist, hip, knee, or ankle problems, we've helped many people solve these issues without the use of drugs and surgery. If you'd like to get to the root cause of your health problems, feel free to give us a call and schedule a consultation or a new patient exam to see if we think we might be able to help you.
And we welcome you back into the Chiropractic Works pregame show here on the Kahawk Sports Network. Final home game of the regular season for your Lady Kahawks tonight here on the soccer pitch as they get ready to take on O'Fallon. And we continue with our senior interviews. Almost finished. Have Lydia Fluss left. Right now we visit with number 18, Sydney Summer, defenseman, senior. All right, let's start off with the family questions. Tell me a little bit about your family, mom, dad. I know you have a sister that plays both volleyball and soccer with you. Who am I leaving out? And don't leave out the pets.
Okay, I have a brother, and he played hockey. He graduated in 2019. And then I have 2 dogs and a cat.
Names?
My cat's name is Midnight, and then my dogs are Daisy and Braxton.
That's cool. What about mom and dad?
Wendy and Barry.
And sister?
Megan.
All right. Tell me a little bit about your upbringing. Who was responsible for your love of sports? I mean, you play soccer on the varsity level, volleyball on the varsity level. Where'd that come from?
My parents just really pushed me to do sports at a young age, so it kind of taught me to put my time into sports and work on them. So, yeah.
Tell me about the rivalry between the brothers and the sisters. You guys always pushing each other? And give me an example if you know one.
I mean, we don't really have any examples now that we're older, but when we were younger, we would fight all the time. But it's gotten better with age, so.
Have a little WWE match breakout?
Sometimes.
Yeah, I had 2 brothers that were always doing the wrestling thing. All right, talk to me about playing both soccer and volleyball. Do you have a preference?
It's really just whatever I'm in season for. So right now it's soccer.
How long have you been playing both?
Soccer, it's been about 15 years, and volleyball is about 7.
What would you say you're better at?
I don't know. I feel like it's equal. It just depends on the day.
All right, let's talk about your teammates. You have some teammates that play with you on both teams, such as Addie Johnson and I believe Sophia Kiefner and your sister. So how cool is it that you get to experience both sports with some of the same sets of girls?
It is cool. I feel like our connection is stronger, too, with both sports because of it.
All right, talk to me about graduation, man. You're probably done with classes. I think most of the seniors are. You graduate on Saturday. What is that going to be like for you, and what's next after graduation?
I think it'll definitely be a sad day, but obviously better things are coming. So next year I plan to go to SLU. So
What are you going to major in? Have you given that much thought, and are you doing any sports?
I'm not doing any sports, but I plan to major in biochemistry to hopefully go into the medical field.
You ever see yourself getting into coaching?
I don't know. I mean, I feel like it could happen because I feel like I'll miss my sport so much, but we'll see.
That's usually the way that thing goes. All right, this is a segment I call My Favorite Things. Are you ready? Yeah. Favorite music genre?
Country.
Favorite group or artist?
I don't know. I don't really have one.
No, like Jason Aldean, anything?
No, I just listen to everybody.
All right, cool. Favorite meal, breakfast, lunch, or dinner?
Probably dinner.
Who cooks it?
My dad.
What does he cook?
Like anything on the grill.
All right. Favorite movie?
Grown-ups.
That's a nice one. I like that one. Favorite salty snack?
Popcorn.
Favorite sweet snack?
Probably chocolate.
Favorite class?
English.
Least favorite class?
Math.
I like the math answer too because I'm not good at that. All right, let's talk about your season here a little bit. You guys have struggled a little bit this year, but you guys played Triad the other day. This is a team that won a state championship last year, and you only lost 1-0. I know that losing is not fun, but you had to take some kind of a solace out of that and a pat on the back after that game.
Yeah, no, we were definitely proud of that loss. I mean, obviously we don't like losing, but defensively we were all connected, and that was probably the best defensive game we had. And I mean, yeah, I feel like that's something to be proud of, to lose to state champs.
All right, you have O'Fallon here tonight. They have a young lady on their team named Avery Christopher. She has 32 goals. She has more goals than your entire team. You play defense. You tell me, how do you stop that?
I mean, she's fast, so obviously they're going to play balls over us. So I think with our formation tonight, with me playing sweeper, I'll be able to sweep off the ball before she even gets there. So that's the plan anyway.
Well, let's hope that plan works.
Yes.
All right, you guys have Alton. You already know you're playing Alton in the playoffs 1 week from tonight. Tell me a little bit about playing Alton twice this year.
I mean, it's the same players that are scoring, so I feel like if we just shut them down from the beginning, we'll be fine. We'll win.
All right, what do you have to do here tonight to win?
Just shut down Avery Christopher, honestly. There's a few other top scorers, but if we get them in their heads, then it should be a much easier game.
So what are you trying to tell me? You're going to have to put a body on Avery Christopher all night and they can't go anywhere? They're like stuck to her like glue?
I mean, yeah. I mean, someone always has to be with her, and hopefully it'll shut her down, get her in her head.
Tell me a little bit about the trip to Iowa. How much fun was that?
It was fun. It was a long trip, but it was worth it.
Thanks for the visit. Appreciate it.
No problem. Thank you.
Senior Sydney Summer, defenseman for your Collinsville Lady Kahok soccer team. We'll take a break here on the Chiropractic Works pregame show. When we come back, we'll pass along the starting 11 for both sides. More names, more numbers, all that and more coming up on the Kahok Sports Network.
At Chiropractic Works, our mission is to help as many people live as high quality of life for as long as possible without the use of drugs and surgery. We have state-of-the-art testing available to see if we think we might be able to help you with any health issues that you're dealing with. Whether it's neck pain, back pain, headache, sinus, allergies, numbness, tingling, shoulder, elbow, wrist, hip, knee, or ankle problems, we've helped many people solve these issues without the use of drugs and surgery. If you'd like to get to the root cause of your health problems, feel free to give us a call and schedule a consultation or a new patient exam to see if we think we might be able to help you.
The Times-Tribune, Madison County's longest-running leading independent newspaper. The Times-Tribune covers Troy, Collinsville, Maryville, and all the villages and communities of Madison County. From area city halls to sports, including the Collinsville Kahawks and Unit 10 District News. The Times-Tribune covers that and more. The Times-Tribune is a weekly hometown newspaper published every Thursday, and a one-year subscription is only $40 for the printed and online editions. For more information, call the Times-Tribune at 618-667-3111, online at timestribunenews.com, or follow them on Facebook at Times-Tribune. The reviews are in. Old Herald Brewery and Distillery in Collinsville is a hit in the Metro East. Folks both local and just visiting the area are calling Old Herald Brewery and Distillery a must-stop destination in Collinsville. Old Herald Brewery and Distillery in Collinsville is located at 115 East Clay Street in Collinsville and is home to one of the only restaurants in the state with their own brewery and distillery that produces some of the best brews and spirits in the industry. And the food? all created by an in-house chef using local ingredients that will please any palate. Old Herald Brewery and Distillery in Collinsville has daily specials for both inside diners as well as offering curbside pickup specials and family size specials. And don't forget to take home a bottle or a growler of beers brewed on site at Old Herald Brewery and Distillery. Old Herald Brewery and Distillery in Collinsville. Check their Facebook page for daily specials, online ordering at oldheraldbrewery.com, or give them a call at 855-8027. In times of financial uncertainty, how can you stay on track? Call on someone who's invested in your success. In Collinsville, that person is Jason Regg, your Collinsville Edward Jones financial advisor. Jason Regg will work to build a complete picture of your financial life, including your unique goals and passions. Jason Regg of your Collinsville Edward Jones office plays a big part in the community and the Collinsville Unit 10 School District with his Kahok Educator of the Month award. To take care of the things along the path of you and your family's financial journey, call Jason Regg at the Collinsville Edward Jones office at 618-344-0252. Edward Jones, member SIPC. Just because we're adults doesn't mean we don't have toys, am I right? If your adult toys consist of boats, campers, or RVs, then you need to call the GASA storage team of professionals. Winter weather in the Midwest can be quite harsh, and finding a place to properly store those expensive toys for winter can be just as rough as a Midwest winter. That's where the GASA storage team comes in, with outdoor self-storage and covered storage for your toys. They even have tractor-trailer parking, conveniently located at Horseshoe Lake Road and 111 in Pontoon Beach. GASA Storage, for the safe storage of all of your toys. Contact the GASA Storage team, gasastorage@gmail.com, or call today, GASA Storage Team, 618-797-6100. Collinsville High School alumni Stacy Lauenstein, CHS Class of 91, Lisa Bassetto, Sarah Sulke, and Tracy Limp, CHS Class of 94, Tony Geisen, CHS Class of 96, and Kevin Robinson, CHS Class of 99, want to wish all of our Kahawks a great year. We look forward to cheering you on and supporting you. Work hard on the court and the field, as well as in the classroom. Remember, once a Kahawk, always a Kahawk. Hashtag Kahawk Family. Brady Pest and Termite Management in Caseyville. Brady Pest and Termite Management is your local pest control source. The Midwest offers its fair share of pest problems, and Brady Pest and Termite Management is up to the challenge. Whether it's pesky rodents in the cold winter months or ants, spiders, and other pests in the warm months, Brady Pest and Termite is your solution. And termites? Brady Pest is tops in the Metro East in termite management. Do you have unwanted pests? Then call the best. Brady Pest and Termite Management in Caseyville. Call 343-1790 or on Facebook at Brady Pest and Termite. The Collinsville Education Association is a proud supporter of KahawkSports.com and the Kahawk Sports Network. The CEA is your partner as they work to ensure quality education for our children. The CEA advocates excellence and equity in public education and represent over 400 educators in 11 schools in both Madison and St. Clair counties. For more information, you can visit the Collinsville Education Association's Facebook page or the CEA's website at collinsvillecea.org. Are the lights on your dashboard putting on a show? Bring it to Mike's Automotive in Collinsville. Mike's Automotive is also a T3 certified tire center. They can handle all of the basics like oil changes and tune-ups and the not-so-basics like complete engine rebuilds. Mike's Automotive also has 24-hour towing and has 3 locations, Millstadt, St. Louis, and in Collinsville. The Collinsville location is at 1150 St. Louis Road, just blocks from the high school. Or call 345-0611, online at mikesautomotive.net and Mike's Automotive on Facebook. Pack Mail of Collinsville, locally owned and operated by Ryan Combs. Pack Mail can ship anything, anywhere. They treat you like a neighbor because, well, you are a neighbor. Pack Mail offers shipping materials and containers, private mailboxes, as well as climate-controlled self-storage. Visit Pack Mail at 407 Beltline Road in Collinsville. Online, WeShipStLouis.com or call Pack Mail at 346-4884. And once again, very good evening, everyone, and welcome back to Kahok Stadium here at Collinsville High School. I am Todd Duke, Mr. Brett Borm on the other microphone here in just a second. Let's give you your starters as these two teams get ready to square off for the final time this year in the regular season. Begin with the O'Fallon Lady Panthers. You will find in goal Macy Mueller. In front of Macy, you will find Avery Christopher. We told you about her in the pregame interview. Reagan Schreckenberg out there as well. Anna Core. You'll also see Addison Baldus, Caitlin Knaust, Ella Peterson, Mackenzie James, Rebecca Koenig, Kylie McMinn, and Avery Taki. For Collinsville in goal, you will find Addie Johnson, the junior, who's been in goal pretty steady all year long. In front of here, Megan Jeremias. This is the first time I've seen her since she's come back from injury, I believe 3 or 4 games ago. Also, Morgan Rader, the team's leading scorer now. Grace Lanier out there as well. Shelby Hawk, Lainey Belandis, Sydney Summer, our pregame interviewee. Morgan Lang, Lydia Fluss, Jordan Gary, and Kyra Van Dyke. We welcome in now, Kira Van Dyke. I keep on getting that one wrong. Brett Borm on the other microphone. How you doing, sir?
I'm good, Todd. How are you?
Doing fantastic. So that Triad game, man, 1-0 loss. That's, it's not a win, but, man, you got to come away from that thing feeling pretty good about yourselves.
Yeah, actually, if you look at that, the talent on paper with that Triad team, I think a lot of us went into that game thinking it was going to be a lot worse than what it was. Collinsville came out very competitive, very strong. Triad did certainly have opportunities that they weren't able to cash in on, but all in all, 1-0 against the defending state champs. Class
2A.
2A.
Yeah.
It was a good result.
And now we get the defending Class 3A champs.
Yep.
So back-to-back games against the defending champs. The only thing missing is a game tomorrow against Althoff.
There you go. Yeah. For the three-peat.
All 3 state champs came from this area last year. That was nice to see.
Mm-hmm. It's good soccer down here in Southern Illinois.
That is very true. All right, we are underway. Collinsville out there in the all-purple uniforms, trimmed in a little bit of white. Numbers in white also on the fronts and the backs of their jerseys. A little Kahok logo right above the right about the left shoulder area. For O'Fallon, they have the white uniforms on. They have the dark navy blue colors in their numbers and in their lettering across the tops of their numbers, which is OTHS. Is that OF? No, it's OT.
OTHS.
OT, yeah. I keep on thinking there's an F in there because it's O'Fallon.
It's O'Fallon Township.
O'Fallon Township High School. That is where that's where my wife graduated from. I don't hold it against her, obviously. We're just underway, 1 minute in. And while we're jockeying along here, trying to get the feel for the game early on, here is Jordan Gary. We'll pass along some of the scoring stats that we have for you. We will begin with the goalkeepers. In goal for Collinsville, Addie Johnson on the year, 1,300 minutes. She is 5-9-2. She has a couple of shutouts, has allowed 29 goals for a goals against average of 1.68. Made 76 saves on the year, and that save percentage is right at 75%. Macy Mueller is at the other end, 1,360 minutes, 16-1. She's the only goalkeeper that has been employed for O'Fallon this year. So she is 16-1, as is the team. 5 of those have been shutouts. She's only given up 13 goals on the year. That is a goals against average of 0.76, so not even a goal a game. 47 saves. Her save percentage is right at 78%.
Anytime you're letting in 0 point whatever she's got, that's a recipe for wins, and that's what they put up all season long.
Yep, 16-1. They're only lost to Triad, as we mentioned earlier. And here is Collinsville trying to sneak one in there, and a nice save by Mueller and a return shot by Megan Jeremias, but she kind of mishit it and didn't get enough velocity on it, just kind of rolled forward a little bit, and that was no problem for O'Fallon to handle. And I would imagine a lot of that is defense as well as Macy Mueller in goal.
That might be more offense than Collinsville generated the first meeting between O'Fallon, where we lost, 7-0?
7-0, yeah.
So it's a good start.
Yeah. Other scores being passed along for you. Softball varsity lost 14-3 to Belleville East. Those games were at Belleville East, and Belleville East has just been a thorn in the side for Collinsville in the softball department. There's a nice stop by Sydney Summer and a return off the rebound off the back of Summer's heel. Right to goal, but there was Addie Johnson standing up to the task. Varsity was also playing, baseball was also playing Belleville East today. That was a home game at Woodland Park. Collinsville lost that one 5-1. Freshmen lost 6-3. And in volleyball across the way, we went from playing in the auxiliary gym back to the main gym, and I think that's where they ended up sticking. They were trying to get everything ready for graduation and had to move that game on senior night. And the JV team lost 2 matches to 1 to O'Fallon. So we have O'Fallon soccer and volleyball, Belleville East softball and baseball. And the baseball and softball seeds came out today. Schedules are supposed to come out tomorrow for the postseason. We know where we'll be 1 week from today. That'll be right back here as we have the regional semifinal game between Collinsville and Alton. Alton, a very surprising Alton Redbird team this year.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that'll be a tough matchup for Collinsville in that first round. Now Collinsville, played them pretty fairly the last meeting at O'Fallon High School. I think ended up losing 2-0, but it was a much more competitive game than the game here at Collinsville, several weeks ago.
We are about 4 minutes into this contest. No score between Collinsville and O'Fallon. Teams played, as we mentioned, on April the 7th. Panthers won 7-0. They scored 6 goals in the first half. Rebecca Koenig with the hat trick. Avi Christopher had 2 goals in that game. I would have flipped the script on that one if you would have told me what happened in that game. I would have said Christopher got the hat trick.
I think at the time that game was played, Koenig was their leading scorer. Probably had 15, 16 goals by that point, and it looks like Christopher has taken over that lead now. 32 goals.
32 goals in 17 games.
Insane.
She has 32 goals all by herself. Collinsville as a team has scored 24 this year.
Yeah.
That is just crazy. You heard me ask Sydney, how do you stop her? You're playing defense. Tell me how you stop her.
Yeah. Well, the formation that they're playing with the sweeper back, it's about the only chance they can do, having that safety back there.
Van Dyke knocks the ball free and gives it over to Fluss. Now back over this way to Hawk, but she couldn't connect, so Rader tries to shoot the ball up to Jeremias. No go there. And here is the aforementioned Rebecca Koenig in the middle, and that is a foul against O'Fallon, so Collinsville will get a free kick here from the top of the circle. That's going to be about 70 yards away, and Sydney Summer, our pregame guest, will send it downrange. Leading scorer for Collinsville is Morgan Rader. She comes in with 7 goals. Jeremias, she left injured midway through the season with 3 goals, and she still stands there at 3 goals, but she's just getting her soccer legs back, if you will. So we'll see if she can strike some pay dirt here as this game goes on. This ball gets loose, comes right in front, one-on-one, and a little soft touch, and into the corner it goes, and that one was scored by Ella Peterson. And Peterson gets O'Fallon on top, 1-0, 34-13 left.
Play breaks down here about the 20-yard line. Shelby Hawk allows, I believe it was Koenig, to slip in behind her, who was able to slot a 1v1 ball into the center D and led straight to a goal.
Didn't have to put much on it.
No, that was a light pass into the back of the net.
Scored by number 11.
Yep. For Ella Peterson, that is her 4th goal of the year. She also came in with 3 assists, so now she has 11 points. And this game is still a little bit early, so Collinsville already has to play come from behind. And they'll try to get that accomplished here as we move along here in this first half. Morgan Rader with 7 goals, leads the team in that category. She also has 2 game-winning goals, and that is tops in the category as well of Avery Christopher's 32 goals. 8 of those have been game winners.
This O'Fallon program is going to be strong for several years to come. I look at their roster here sitting in front of me. You got a lot of 24s, class of 25s. You got several freshmen, so it's going to be a program that's going to be strong for quite a while.
That one is sky high over Macy Mueller. Mueller down there on the right-hand side guarding that goal, and she has on the looks like the midnight blue socks and shorts and a gray jersey. Down at the other end, Addie Johnson looks like she's playing for Belleville East.
Must be a popular color these days
Yeah.
amongst the goalkeepers. If you remember, the boys' goalkeepers went to that color midway through the season.
Well, I'm sure she's much cooler than the girls wearing the purple right now.
Probably.
Yeah, she's wearing the sky blue colors of Belleville East, except for the shoes. Those are bright red. And the black gloves. And I don't know about playing soccer right now, but it's very comfortable to watch soccer.
Right now it is. Now watching that JV game
Yeah, it was a
beforehand,
little hot.
the girls were dying out there. Let's just say that.
Oh, yeah.
Fitness is going to be an issue. Let's see how well the Kahawks are prepared.
I saw them take a mandatory water break there in the second half, so
Yeah,
we'll
they
see
did.
if they institute that here in this varsity game as well. But it's getting a little cooler as the sun is setting behind us. Coming up on 32 minutes left to play, 1-0 in favor of O'Fallon. Goal in the first 6 minutes by Ella Peterson. She is a junior. And the ball ends up going out of bounds. O'Fallon will throw it in right underneath our location. Glad we got the huddle camera working. Last time I was here, we started off with it and had to switch.
Yep.
I was here all day Saturday doing the track and field meet. And we did the camera the whole time anyway, not the huddle camera. It's not very good when you're trying to watch people run around a track.
I'm not sure how you announce a track and field match. I'd like to
Well,
see
go back
that.
and watch it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's on there. It was fun. We were here for about 4 hours.
It's a long day.
Yeah, I usually take my phone over to the quad area over there, back behind vocational tech, and I film about 10 minutes of shot put and then come up here and download it, but I couldn't get it downloaded.
Huh.
So didn't get to do that, so it was all about the running events on Saturday. Didn't get to show in much of the field events, but it's still a good time. Edwardsville won. Collinsville finished in 10th out of 29 teams. 29 schools converged here. It's always a good day. We had beautiful weather Saturday, too. It was awesome.
The parking here was crazy, so it must have been a pretty big meet.
Yeah, it was. All right, we are just about 10 minutes into this first half. Collinsville trailing, but here is Shelby Hawk stepping up, and she tried to plant the ball over to Megan Jeremias, and Jeremias, she planted her foot into the grass to stop herself, and she comes away limping.
The injury bug is still a problem for these Kahawks. I know Georgia Cox, who's been a mainstay at the center mid mark all season long, has been out with an ankle or a foot or a knee, something like that, for several games now.
Yeah,
So
just got Lydia Fluss back not too long ago.
good to see her in her spot back into the starting lineup, too,
Yeah.
for her senior season.
I will interview her. She is the last senior Lady Kahawk. I'll interview her right before the sectional semifinal next Tuesday. Actually, I'm going to meet with her on Monday.
I have a feeling, Todd, that might be your most entertaining interview.
Oh, yeah, I know Lydia. Yeah, her and my daughter were besties back in the day. They went to Holy Cross together. She's a hoot.
Yep, that'll be an entertaining one.
Yeah. All right, off ahead and back out toward the midfield circle. And a whistle. Jeremiah throws her arms up like, what did I do? I don't even know what she did. Did it hit her hand?
I couldn't tell. I don't know.
It might have. Kind of took one of those weird bounces. So a free kick here for O'Fallon from about 50 feet away, but instead they pass it back, and they do so to Mackenzie James. James breaks away from the midfield circle and runs right into Jeremias. And now we're going to have another whistle.
Referee telling Megan Jeremias to be smart, pointing at his head.
Yeah. So another free kick, this one a little closer, about 45 yards away, and it looks like Kylie McMinn is going to take this kick, and she will, but she's going to shoot a little pass up to Avery Christopher. Why not? She scored 32 goals for a reason. Bumped off there quite nicely, though. Nice job by Laney Belandis to bump Christopher off that ball. Throw in will come from over there. And off to the side of the box, and Belandis heads it out. And another throw in will move up about 8 yards.
It's going to be a deep throw.
Again, this time it comes into the box. Christopher trying to track it down off of her. Nope, off of a Collinsville player, so a corner kick coming up here for O'Fallon.
When you interview Miss Fluss, I hear she's an avid TikToker, so I'm sure that might come up on your
Oh, yeah?
in your conversation. Oh, yeah.
Okay. I have a My Favorite Things episode coming up for that, so maybe I'll ask her what her favorite TikTok post was. Oh, there's a shot in the goal. That's from way outside, and that is Mackenzie James. And O'Fallon, they take a quick 2-0 lead here inside the 15-minute mark of this first half. And for Mackenzie James, that is her second goal of the year. And it's 2-0 in favor of O'Fallon.
Mackenzie James with a 20-yard strike just over the outstretched hands of Addie Johnson into that left side of the net. It's a pretty goal.
Yeah. 2-0 in favor of O'Fallon. I did originally have planned to do the senior night game for the volleyball boys tonight, but I looked at my schedule. I'm like, man, it's been since April 21st since I've done a soccer game. So I think I need to do the soccer game because their playoffs start after their final game of the year on Friday, so I needed to get that done. And thankfully, Coach Nichols understood. Then I found out the game got moved to the auxiliary gym, which we don't have a really good place to set up in the auxiliary gym, so I was all right with making that decision. And then I found out this morning they decided to go ahead and move it back to the main gym. So, musical gyms.
You made the right choice.
Yeah.
Nice night.
And I checked my schedule again. I haven't done a baseball game since like April the 12th.
Just offsides. There we go.
Yeah. I haven't done a baseball game since April the 12th, and that's not my fault.
That's a
long
time ago.
That's because of the weather. We've had games moved that I couldn't do. We've had games canceled that obviously you can't make up if they're canceled, and we've had games postponed that got moved to other dates that I couldn't do. So it's just kind of worked out that way. Next week I have the boys baseball senior night next Thursday, and it looks like the weather's going to cooperate. At least the forecast cooperates next week quite nicely. I think we're going to be around 80 every day next week. So apologies to everyone if you are like lacking, well, why isn't he doing this and why isn't he doing that? Well, my schedule got watered down because of the addition of boys volleyball, so I'm sorry. It's just the way it goes. 4 sports in one season, it's kind of hard to get everybody in there.
You're a one-man show, Todd. It's kind of hard to do it all.
Yeah.
You do
Well,
a
I
great
did
job
have
doing what
Zach
you do.
Roseman has done a few games on the Facebook page. You know, he tries to do a game on Wednesdays and Thursdays if they're home. So he has done a couple of baseball games and a couple of softball games. I personally haven't done a baseball game since April the 12th. Here's a long way out. That's a little dangerous, and Eddie Johnson gets shoved down right outside the box. No one is in goal, and now a loose ball, and Christopher misses just wide to the near side post. She was looking for goal number 33, and she thought she had it. Her eyes were as big as saucers.
Dodged a bullet there. I'm not sure who that wingback was streaming down that right flank for O'Fallon, but O'Fallon's center back found a streaking wingback moving up into the play. Fed a great ball down into the corner. Addie making the right decision, probably coming out, but she got clobbered.
Yeah. And she was outside the box, so I guess there's no goalkeeper interference called there.
I mean, a foul's a foul.
Yeah, I know. And now we have another whistle. And another free kick coming up here for O'Fallon. Things are not going Collinsville's way. So a restart, and back over here for Mackenzie James, who already has a goal. She'll send the ball up over here to this near sideline. That is Rebecca Koenig, and Koenig will center one and knocked out of there quite nicely by Sydney Summer. Jordan Gary gets a hold of it, sends it back, and then off of the back of the head of Megan Jeremias. It looked like she'd hurt her head on that one.
Yeah. That one didn't settle too well on her head, and I think she's feeling the effects of that.
That ball is going to go over the end line, and it's going to be another corner kick coming up here for O'Fallon. They scored off of a corner kick, kind of, after that set piece came in. And now the referee is going to check on Megan Jeremias to make sure she's okay. They're probably going to have to take her out for concussion protocol.
Yeah, that's the way it appears to me.
Yeah. Feel bad for her. She's just getting back into the swing of things, and now she's got to go have a seat. Referee is going to go over and talk to Amanda Bauer. Make sure that she gets checked out and probably won't be back.
You know, I think she underwent a little concussion protocol at the Triad game out at McKendree the other day, and she was put right back in. So
really?
She must have checked out. But
this one, she's hurt.
But this one, yeah, she was holding her head from
still
the start.
holding her head.
Yep.
Took that one right off the front forehead. So Collinsville has to make a substitution.
Sarah
Hinsey comes into the game, and there is Sarah Hinsey trying to backtrack and send it over onto the far side. She does so, and then back to Lainey Belandis. Belandis up the sideline, grazes off an O'Fallon player and comes onto the feet of Rader. Rader gets the ball up, and then it's sent out to midfield, but there wasn't anybody there.
I believe Sarah Hinsey's recovering from an injury as well, so it's been an ongoing issue all season long.
Yeah. Those kind of years happen sometimes in the world of sports, professional or otherwise. Look at the Blues coming off of all kinds. Their defensemen just can't stay healthy.
Torrey Krug out?
Torrey Krug is out. From what I understood, he's got a torn ACL, and he's not coming back no matter how far the playoffs go.
That's a loss.
That is. But Letty and Bortuzzo back in tonight. That's nice.
Yep. Is that a late start again?
Of course it is.
Like what, 8:30?
8:30 is the start time that's listed, but all the games have been around 8:45. Mm-hmm. And you know what? Tonight I'm okay with that because I probably won't get out of here until then.
Probably not.
Cardinals are in action tonight, too, after a day off yesterday. They're back at home taking on the former tenants that called St. Louis home back in the day. The Baltimore Orioles used to be the St. Louis Browns. And this is their first trip here since 2003.
Wow.
Yeah.
Thought they tried to rotate that interleague play a little better than that.
Yeah, I'm not sure if they were scheduled to be here during the pandemic year that pretty much got canceled or not, so I don't know. Could be. Yeah, was it? Home opener? Oh, okay. Yeah. Chris Kettler says the home opener in 2020 was supposed to be Baltimore, so that's probably why it's been so long. 22 minutes, 35 seconds left to go here in this first half. O'Fallon up 2-0. Peterson and James have scored for O'Fallon. Collinsville hasn't even got a shot on goal yet, I don't believe. They haven't spent much time in the offensive zone at all.
Not since the probably the first 2 minutes of the match when I said that was the most offense we had.
Yeah. And that was a miss hit.
Right.
Ball popped up right here on the near side sideline, and trying to track it down is one Kylie McMinn. She does. Gets it up to the offense, back to the defense for Collinsville. Sydney Summer pokes it out of there. Over to the far side, onto the foot of Sophia Kiefner. Out of bounds it goes. Kiefner and Addie Johnson and Sydney Summer on the field at the same time. All played volleyball. I didn't even get to go over some of the numbers that Sydney Summer had in volleyball last year. She led the team in digs. She was up there. I think her and Addie Johnson were 1-2 in the service department.
Uh-oh.
So, yeah, she's a pretty good athlete, Sydney Summer is.
Well, she looks like it. She's just built like one.
Yeah. Can't believe she's not playing any sports after her high school days are over.
I know. But SLU Biomedical
I know.
tells me she's probably a pretty bright kid, too, you know?
Yep, I agree. But her least favorite subject is math. How do you do that biochemical science stuff without math being involved?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
That's why I'm a cop, Todd.
Yeah, I hear you.
Man.
That's why I do what I do. Another corner kick coming up here for O'Fallon. This time it's on the near side corner. And it is on the way. It's high and coming out the other side, and then it continues to go out the other side as Caitlin Knaust couldn't get a hold of it, and then a return shot hits the side of the net. We do have a little bit of wind. You can probably hear that in the microphones here in the booth, but it's not much.
That's me sticking my head out the window, too.
Yeah. Flag is not moving too much. We have a stoppage for a water break. That's that hot outside. Temperature probably around 88, 89 at game time, so we are going to take a timeout. And we'll be back in just a moment on the Kahok Sports Network.
All Pro Tees in Caseyville is your place for custom apparel and has been for over 20 years now. Why? All Pro Tees can handle any size project, big or small, and they specialize in large group orders. At All Pro Tees, quality is number one on their list of priorities, as is evident by their excellent customer service. Did we mention All Pro Tees has over 20 years of experience? They can even help with fundraisers and event merchandising for your group. So for all of your apparel needs, for civic groups, sports teams, business outings, or even a family reunion, your apparel needs stop at All Pro Tees. All Pro Tees in Caseyville, right across the street from Kahok Stadium. Online at allprotees.com or on Facebook at All Pro Tees. Or call All Pro Tees at 344-2200.
Plumbing or electrical problems? Is your AC or heater on the fritz? There are dozens of companies out there, but do you really know who you're letting in your home? Trust Tiger. Our technicians are clean-cut, drug-free, and background checked. What other company can make this bold statement? Our 24-hour emergency service will ensure your plumbing, heating, AC, and electric are up and running no matter what time of day it is. Schedule your appointment today. Tiger Plumbing, Heating, Air Conditioning, and Electrical Services. We earn our stripes every day.
Hi, Purple and White fans. This is Dan Mode, class of 1989. I'm with New American Funding. Myself and New American Funding are proud sponsors of Kahok Athletics. As we have great coaches at CHS on all the courts, fields, and tracks, we like to coach you through the home buying process and refinance process. If there's ever anything we can do, I can be reached at 618-973-5343 or www.danmodloans.com. Let's support our student athletes at CHS. They deserve the best. Thank you for your time, and go Kahawks.
Back here at Kahok Stadium, Todd Duke, Brett Borum with you. Girls soccer action between Collinsville and O'Fallon. Right now, O'Fallon with a 2-0 lead. Collinsville with an uphill battle against the champions of the Southwestern Conference this year, the O'Fallon Panthers are. Collinsville has one game left. They are playing at Edwardsville on Friday. The game was originally scheduled for Thursday, but that is also the Southwestern Conference track meet, and both Edwardsville and Collinsville have soccer players that participate in track and field also, so both schools mutually agreed to move that game to Friday. O'Fallon, they will end their season at Belleville West on Thursday.
I did not know the reason for the game change. I was wondering.
Yep. That is the reason,
So
sir.
who's on track for our varsity? For
Jordan Gary. Sydney Summer, I believe, is also. Uh-oh. Woo. Eddie Johnson made the initial stop and then let the ball go by her and to turn around and grab it before it crossed the goal line. That was close.
I think she was initially screened by Sydney Summer.
Yeah. That ball bounces out through midfield. Well, Fallon, by the way, they play Belleville West on Thursday to end their season, and then they play Belleville West on Tuesday to start their postseason.
They'll get to know each other real well.
And Belleville West is hosting the other regional. Collinsville will be here. First game, 5 o'clock on Tuesday, will be Alton and Collinsville. And then Edwardsville and Quincy will do the nightcap over in the Belleville West regional. O'Fallon and Belleville West in the 5 o'clock game. And the 7 o'clock game has Belleville East taking on Granite City. O'Fallon in the lead here, and they continue to make the push on the offensive side. All the way down it goes to Anna Core. Core pops one straight up. It's going to land in the box and come out to the near side here. Two girls try to chase it down, one for each team, and then we have a foul. And what is?
He's calling offsides over there.
Well, somebody got called on the other side of the field. So it's against O'Fallon. Sydney Summer will send this one back out toward midfield. What little wind there is at her back. Wind is coming from the south. That's why it's so warm. And that is coming from left to right as you're looking at your screen. That ball bounces off a couple of people, and then a couple of people run into each other, and someone got called for a foul, and this one is going to go against O'Fallon as well. I'd like to have some more of these fouls called maybe about 50 more yards upfield.
Like inside the box?
Yeah, somewhere, yeah. Let's do that. We'll see how that works out.
Uh-huh.
This one is about 80 yards away, and it's sent about 40 yards up into the offensive zone by Sydney Summer, a zone that Collinsville has not spent much time in. Boy, this referee is blowing whistles left and right, isn't he?
Yes, he is. Yes, he is.
Must not be a Blues fan.
Megan Jeremias has not entered the game yet. Wondering if she's done.
I would imagine that she might be, and at this particular point, wouldn't you just kind of hold her out for precautionary measures, knowing that you got a game a week from today that means a little more?
Yeah, probably.
Here is Collinsville bringing it back. Shelby Hawk, and Hawk will go chase it down now. Can't get around Avery Christopher, though. Christopher turns on the juices, comes up the near sideline. Shelby Hawk gives her a little bit of a hip check, but Hawk stays with it. From the outside of the box, a stop by Sydney Summer, and then that ball spins right through the legs of Avery Christopher, and then that ball ends up going out of bounds. And it is going to be O'Fallon's ball. Collinsville wants to bring in a couple of substitutions, and O'Fallon brings in one. They bring Addison Baldus back into the game. Collinsville brings Lydia Fluss back in, as Morgan Lang will head to the bench. Also out is Sophia Kiefner.
Number 8, Allison Hennessy. Number 22.
Avery Christopher's giving Shelby Hawk everything she can handle over here on this right
yeah.
side.
And Allison Hennessy checks back in for Collinsville as well. Here is Christopher with a shot, and that goes wide. Again, over this near side post, but a lot farther away than the one that she just sent by probably a foot.
Lydia Fluss played a bad ball back to Shelby Hawk. She wasn't ready to receive that. That's what we call a suicide ball. She was left hanging there.
Left hanging out to dry.
Mm-hmm.
Sydney Summer will send another ball out with a little bit of wind at her back. And that one comes right to the front. Gets sent right back to where it came from. Tracking it down is Hawk. She puts a little air underneath it and gives Collinsville a little breathing room. Trying to track it down was Morgan Rader. It goes out of bounds, and a throw-in coming here for O'Fallon. Emerson Neroda with the throw-in, and a hold called against Morgan Rader. That was against Kylie McMinn, as she kind of impeded McMinn's forward advancement. So another foul called and another kick here for O'Fallon. Instead, they'll pass it back out to the midfield circle onto the foot of Reagan Schreckenberg. Schreckenberg with the ball, dribbling it up the pitch, and it comes to the front of the box and eludes everyone, and Addie Johnson comes out and picks it up, no problem at all. 15-20 left to play here in this first half. O'Fallon with the 2-0 lead. Defending Class 3A state champs are the O'Fallon Panthers.
O'Fallon dominating possession thus far into the match.
Probably
75-25.
I would even say
80-20.
More.
It might be, yeah.
Yeah. Collinsville hasn't had much offensive zone time. I don't know what Sydney was waiting for there.
I think she was trying to shield off the defender, but I don't think she realized how close that forward was.
Yeah, that was Avery Christopher.
Yeah.
You can't give her any room. Off of Van Dyke, rolls toward an O'Fallon player, and then Fluss will send it back to the defense. Shelby Hawk will track it down here on this near side sideline. She'll send it up to no one in particular, and it's picked up there by Neroda. And Neroda will send the ball back to James. James already has a goal. A defenseman with a goal. That's almost rare. Not unheard of, but doesn't happen very often. And here's O'Fallon making some more noise. They send it in front, and there is Bolandis. It'll send it all the way back out. Trying to track it down is Morgan Rader. She has to deal with James, and that's off of James and out of bounds, so Rader did her job. Collinsville will have the throw-in. It'll be Shelby Hawk right here at midfield. Hawk throws it up to Lydia Fluss. Lydia almost stepped on the ball. And out of bounds anyway, yeah. I thought it went off the bottom. I thought it went off the bottom of Lydia's shoe.
Me too.
The referee was standing 10 feet away, so he made the call. Another throw in for Hawk, trying to find Rader this time. That one's almost knocked out of bounds. There is Jordan Gary, who pops the ball over her head. Morgan Rader puts it into the side of the box area, but had too much juice on it and ends up going across the end line. It'll be a goal kick restart coming up here for O'Fallon.
11, Ella Peterson, number 22, Avery Taki.
Judasek, in his 5th year as head coach for O'Fallon, took over in 2018. Went 2-15-2 in his first year. So,
boy, that tells you how far this program.
Don't worry, first-year coaches always have a rough time to go, and and I know everybody's kind of down on the program this year, but you got to give it some time.
Absolutely.
Improve to 14-8-2 the next season, by the way. That's a big leap.
That just tells you, you have player turnover.
Yeah.
You have a good crop coming in and a maybe a weaker crop going out.
Here is Hensey. Send the ball over to Van Dyke. Van Dyke couldn't track it down in time, and getting there first was Ella Peterson, the other goal scorer here for O'Fallon in this first half. And here is Sadie Miller. Sadie Miller and Macy Mueller spell their names exactly the same way. But one's pronounced Mueller and one's pronounced Miller. Here is Avery Christopher. This is a little dangerous. She's got Sydney Summer coming down right on her hip. Sydney trying to stay with it. Christopher will tap the ball up and tries to find Neroda. Neroda sends it into the middle. No shot taken there, and a nice job on the defensive side by Van Dyke to step in front of her would-be attacker. Ball goes across the end line, though, and another corner kick coming up for O'Fallon. That's their 4th one here in this half. They've had 2 on the far side, now 2 here on the near side.
And Collinsville's had none.
They have not. Okay. They've only had 1 shot on goal, and that was in the first minute. Ball is on the way. And through the other side. Trying to track it down over there is Allison Hennessy. She knocked it over to the sideline, and a save by O'Fallon, but there is Hensey to knock that ball out of bounds before O'Fallon can make any kind of an offensive move. That was a quick throw-in right onto the foot of Peterson. Peterson sends the ball back over to Miller, and then that shot goes wide. And it'll be a goal kick restart.
I feel like this half is dragging.
O'Fallon went 20-2 last year, by the way, on their way to a state championship. So we went from 15-2 to 14-8-2, and then, of course, there was no 2020 season. So we jump right up to 2021 and then 20-2.
It's a good run.
Only losses last year, Triad and Edwardsville. Out to midfield it goes and pushed back by the O'Fallon defenders. And then Jordan Gary sends the ball over to the sideline. Collinsville trying to track it down over there. Allison Hennessy does so, but it's poked out of bounds. Yep. I believe Belandis was standing out of bounds when she got her head on that ball.
She was too.
Yeah.
You know, getting back to that coaching, you're only as good as the talent that you have coming in.
Oh,
whether
yeah.
it's college, whether it's, high school. So he's been blessed over there with some good talent, just like Coach Smith was for 10-plus years here.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
That was loud.
My bad.
I got this little knob right here that belongs to you. You can turn that down,
Didn't know it was coming.
History between these two clubs. It's really all Collinsville. 17 wins for the Kahawks. 7 wins for O'Fallon and 2 ties. There's a shot on goal, and Johnson picks it up. That's in the regular season. Collinsville 17-7-2 against O'Fallon. Collinsville is 9-0 versus O'Fallon in the playoffs over those same 21 years. Of course, when most of those came.
Mm-hmm.
Most of those came when Clay Smith was the head coach. So the Kahawks overall, 26-7-2 over the last 21 years. However, the Panthers have turned the tables over the last few years, and O'Fallon has now won 3 straight against Collinsville with this year's win and last year's sweep of both. And the Panthers in the process have outscored Collinsville 16-0, and with the 2 goals here, you can make that now 18-0 over the last 3 years. Kahawks are really struggling against a much improved O'Fallon Panthers lady soccer team. Another corner kick, 5th one of the game here for O'Fallon. That one's high, comes to the far side post, and it's poked over the net. Right idea, just got underneath it.
Mm-hmm. Avery Christopher serving up a beautiful ball, puts it right there at the back post in the middle of the O. Unfortunately, she just got underneath it and went over the bar. Fortunate for us.
8:40 left to play, yes. 8:40 left to play here in this first half. 2-0 in favor of O'Fallon. Last win for Collinsville, by the way, over the Panthers was a 2-1 win at O'Fallon in May of 2019. So 2 years ago this month. 3, sorry.
3.
3.
Mm-hmm.
Got to do my math right. That's what happens when I don't have a calculator in front of me. Sydney Summer will get us started with a kick from about 50 to 60 yards out. She will send it all the way to the front of the box.
She's got a bomb.
Yeah, she does. There is Van Dyke after that ball was headed back out defensively by O'Fallon. Now Collinsville will put it back in, but it's going to bounce all the way to Macy Mueller. Mueller will just send it over to the far side of the box and let her teammates dig out of it, which they do. They bring it up right in front of their own bench. Here is Peterson. Peterson gets the ball back over to Miller. Got to pick your Muellers and your Millers right. Here is a chance for Christopher. A nice feed in the middle. Around Summer. Shot and a goal. And Avery Christopher has scored goal number 33 on the year. And O'Fallon has taken a 3-0 lead. That comes with 7:25 left to play here in the first, and it's 3-0 in favor of O'Fallon.
I'm not sure which O'Fallon Panther that was streaking down that right side. I think it might have been Claire Naroda. I'm not certain. Served a beautiful ball inside the box there to Avery Christopher. She was able to cut it back on Grace Lanier. Buried it in the back of the net.
Yeah, that was a nice pass.
That was a beautiful ball.
Time of the goal, 32-35, Christopher.
So Collinsville, a bigger uphill battle to climb here as we approach 7 minutes to go here in this first half. These two teams I mentioned tied each other twice. They did that in back-to-back years. 1-1 in 2007 and 0-0 in 2008. We don't have ties anymore, not in conference play. Yeah, to play till someone wins.
Collinsville hasn't gone to PKs not one time this year either.
No. At midfield, O'Fallon with the ball, looking for some more.
Jordan Gary with a head of steam there to intercept that ball.
Here is Van Dyke. Gets the ball up to Fluss. Fluss at the bottom of the circle, and then it's stopped by O'Fallon's defense, so the defense will take over again. Reagan Scheckenberg sends the ball up to midfield onto the foot of Ella Peterson. And then back to the teeth of the defense it goes. Stopped by Collinsville's defense, Sydney Summer. And over on the far sideline, Collinsville trying to track it down. That ball is going to roll, and it's going to roll across the line into the O'Fallon bench. Collinsville will have a throw in from there. Under 6 minutes to go. School year is already over for the seniors. They finished up on Friday. Those that got all their stuff done, their finals are taken, and all their classes are up to date, and all they're waiting on is the graduation ceremonies here Saturday.
Be nice to have a
Foul substitution
nice
number 5
in-person
and a core.
graduation, right? Did they have one last year in person?
I believe they did, yes.
Okay.
Of course, 2020 was all done by cars and
Drive-through
graduation. Last day of school is week from Thursday for the students.
Can't come soon enough for two Borm kids, I know.
Well, here's another chance, and if she can track this ball down, there's going to be an open shot maybe coming here for Naroda. Naroda stops and gets around Sydney Summer, puts a shot on goal, and that's in. Wow. That was some nifty moves there by Naroda. Emerson Naroda. The last obstacle to beat was Sydney Summer, and boy, did she.
Yeah, you don't see Sydney get beat
Nope.
like that too often. That's very, very rare. I'm afraid we're on headed for a repeat of the other night, or the last time we played O'Fallon.
Well, it's kind of looking that way, isn't it?
We're not generating any offense whatsoever.
Emerson Naroda's first goal of the year.
It was a pretty one.
Yeah.
Goal of the game scored by number
She worked for that one. She earned it, that's for sure.
Naroda.
Here is Gary up to Fluss. Fluss gets ran into.
Naroda.
She didn't look very happy about being ran into either. He'll give the ball up to Shelby Hawk, and Hawk will throw it in. We are going to talk things over in the post-game interview with Sydney Carroll. This is our last game before the playoff game on Tuesday, so she will wrap up the JV season on Friday against Edwardsville, so we'll talk to her about her JV squad.
Can't wait to hear those comments.
4:20 left to play here in this first half. 4-0 in favor of Collinsville. Morgan Rader gets bounced off the ball, and then it just eludes Allison Hennessy over there. Or Hennessy and Rader might have been off to the races together. Throw-in comes from the end of the O'Fallon bench, and it comes right into an O'Fallon player, but Collinsville sends it back up. Here is Morgan Rader. Couldn't track the ball down before the defense got there, so the defense sends it back up, and O'Fallon trying to work it back upfield. Once again, they'll send it back to the teeth of the defense, and then a little reverse to herself kind of move. Didn't work. Over on that far side, that's a very tall girl. Looks like the one that was playing goal in the JV game.
She was a giant, wasn't she,
Yeah,
Todd?
very tall.
Yeah.
Legs up to her armpits, man.
Mm-hmm.
Not sure if that's the same one or not.
No, I don't think
No,
it
that's
is.
a junior, Reagan Schreckenberg. I believe that's who that is over there. Yeah, I came walking in the place, and I'm like, wow, she's tall. Well, another nice move. And O'Fallon in business on offense once again. They bring the ball up, and another nice move, and then a pass trying to split the defense and get it onto the foot of Avery Taki, and that didn't work. And now back to the midfielders it goes, and here is Sadie Miller. Miller over onto the far sideline, has a teammate helping out right in front of the box. Shot on goal, that's high and wide. And it'll be a goal kick restart coming up here for the Kahawks.
Collinsville can't get anything going offensively. This O'Fallon Panther defense is pretty strong, pretty stout. They're dropping sometimes 4 and 5 back, up against one Morgan Rader up top. I mean, we don't stand a chance.
Tough sledding out there for the Lady Kahawks against this team, who are poised to make a run at state once again.
I would be surprised if they don't, quite honestly.
Popped up into the air and out of bounds off of one of the Kahawks, so a throw-in coming down right beneath our location, and here is Naroda, who just scored her first goal of the year. Naroda, a sophomore, so probably her first varsity goal. We're down to 1:40 left to play here in this first half. It's been all O'Fallon. Collinsville got the first shot on goal, but Macy Mueller had no problem saving the kind of a whiff shot. Didn't have much juice on it on the way to Mueller. So she made the easy save, sent it downfield, and O'Fallon's been kind of holding court on the south side of this field the whole time.
With all due respect to Triad, and I did watch the Triad O'Fallon game, I think O'Fallon's a better team than Triad.
Yeah.
I really do, and that was a one-goal game. But I think offensively, O'Fallon is a juggernaut. Triad might be better defensively, but O'Fallon's a good team. I think they're the better squad.
Under a minute to go.
1 minute remaining.
Last playoff meeting between these two teams, by the way, was a regional semifinal in May of 2016. Collinsville won 8-1 that year, and they went all the way to state, where they finished in second place. That was a good 3 years in a row for Clay Smith and his Lady Kahawks. Fourth, second, and third in succession. Here is Naroda again. And Naroda now trying to get around Shelby Hawk. Hawk would have no dealing with that kind of a move, and she kicks the ball across the end line. So a corner kick coming up here in the final 20 seconds of this first half for O'Fallon. This is their sixth corner kick here in this first half. And it's on the way, and it's going to go out the other side off of a head, popped up and right into the hands of Addie Johnson. Final seconds tick away, and that is the end of one half of play, where the O'Fallon Panthers have a stranglehold on the Collinsville Kahawks by a score of 4-0. And we'll be back to tell you all about the second half in just a moment here on the Kahawk Sports Network.
Your home is where you feel happy, safe, and secure. So if you see signs of foundation problems like cracks or uneven floors, worrying is natural, and getting it fixed is crucial. Woods Basement Systems understands. We've been solving foundation worries since 1986. Woods experts have the training and equipment to make permanent repairs. So stop worrying, because with Woods, it's fixed forever. Foundation problems don't get better with time, they get better with Woods, the all things basement-y experts. Call or go to woodsbasementsystems.com today.
Just because you can cut your own hair doesn't mean you should. The Shop, a great place in Collinsville for men and boys haircuts, is where you should take your hair. The Shop is owned and operated by Collinsville High School graduates Danny Kress and Jody Neiman, and is located at 103 South Seminary Street in Uptown Collinsville. The Shop isn't just another place to get a haircut, as Danny and Jody take great joy in getting to know their clients and look forward to turning those clients into friends. When you sit in a stylish chair at the Shop, Jody and Danny pride themselves on getting to know you well enough to say, the usual? So, men and boys, if you're tired of the same old cookie-cutter approach to haircuts, check out Danny and Jody at the Shop. You may just walk out with not only a fantastic cut, but you may also walk out with a friend. Or two. The Shop in Collinsville, 618-772-7175. No appointment necessary. The Shop, 103 South Seminary in Uptown Collinsville. The Collinsville Daily News, the new online source for everything newsworthy in and around Collinsville. This news source is designed to be the heartbeat of the Collinsville community and is owned and operated by members that live in this area. The Collinsville Daily News generates their revenue with local support from the community in which they serve and from advertising. They do not charge to read their content, so you'll never run into one of those annoying paywalls. Not only that, but the Collinsville Daily News offers free classified advertising. You have items you want to buy, sell, or trade? It's free to post. Wedding or engagements announcements, as well as obituaries, all free at collinsvilledailynews.com. Plus, they have the content that matters most. Collinsville news you need to know, coverage of Kahawk sports, and a keen eye on city news. The Collinsville Daily News also has an event tab that allows you to find out what is going on in and around the region for you and your family, the heartbeat of the community. Helping readers make sense of an increasingly chaotic world. Check them out at CollinsvilleDailyNews.com on social media sites Facebook and Instagram. The heartbeat of this community is the Collinsville Daily News. Calling all sports fans. Looking for a great place to watch the game with your crew? Look no further than the Lucky Fox Sports Bar in Caseyville. The Lucky Fox shows Collinsville Kahok sports on the big screen, plus UFC fights, boxing, Cardinals and Blues, and all of the NFL games with the NFL ticket and enough TVs that you'll be sure to find the game you want. And the food? How about Taco Tuesdays, Wing Wednesdays, plus burgers, sandwiches, pizza, steak, and more, including great drink specials and the coldest brew in town. And don't forget to try your luck at the Lucky Fox Gaming Room. Dine in and catch a game, or order carryout with the Lucky Fox. The Lucky Fox Sports Bar, 1101 Caseyville Road, right across the street from Kahok Stadium. Open daily at 11 a.m. Check out the Lucky Fox Facebook page for daily specials. The Lucky Fox, 618-855-9500.
I couldn't ask for a better agent, for a better company in a disaster where you have no idea where to start.
I learned that there's not a given in life. It takes a team. There's people that are going to watch out for us and that care.
It's been pretty stressful. Once we saw Lori and got our plan, it's
like a huge weight lifted.
In Collinsville, call Scott Allen at 618-346-1500.
Chapman Trucking LLC. Chapman Trucking is a local Collinsville business owned and operated by 1994 Collinsville graduate Christy Chapman. With over 10 years of experience, Chapman Trucking LLC can take care of all of the heavy lifting when it comes to hauling aggregate materials such as sand, driveway rock, dirt, boulders, and more. That includes getting your heavy work equipment to your work site where it needs to be. Give Christy a call for a free estimate at Chapman Trucking LLC, 618-960-9346, or online at chapmantruckingllc.net.
First National Bank of Waterloo, with over 100 years serving the Metro East. Visit First National Bank of Waterloo at their Maryville and Collinsville locations for all of your banking, mortgage, and lending needs. Why? Super low closing costs, low construction loan rates, and they do so much to support our local communities. When you need a loan, call the Collinsville team at First National Bank of Waterloo at 618-345-1121 or visit their Maryville and Collinsville locations or online at fnbwaterloo.bank. First National Bank of Waterloo, member FDIC, equal housing lender. Projects in and around your home can be daunting and overwhelming. Take the stress out of those projects and let AW Indoor and Outdoor Solutions do all the heavy lifting. Former Kahok Adam Welly can help knock those projects off your list. From framing drywall, painting, and stair work inside to deck work, hardscapes, and concrete and retaining wall construction outside your home, including power washing and brush removal. Whatever the task, AW Indoor and Outdoor Solutions can help. Call Adam Welly for a free estimate at AW Indoor and Outdoor Solutions, 314-252-8010. That's 314-252-8010. Having problems keeping your ride on the road? Roadman Automotive in Collinsville can help you keep your ride rolling. Roadman Automotive offers everything from diagnostic tests when that check engine light comes on to tune-ups, alignments, brake and suspension work, and more. Oil changes at Roadman Automotive start at just $35. Roadman Automotive is open from 8 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. Monday through Friday and is located at 936 St. Louis Road in Collinsville. Check out the Roadman Automotive Facebook page for daily specials. Call Roadman Automotive at 618-223-1878, online at roadmanautomotivecollinsville.com. Roadman Automotive. Keep your ride on the road with Roadman Automotive. Lakeside Roofing in Collinsville. Let the professionals at Lakeside Roofing protect your most important investment, your home or business. Have the elements taken a toll on your roof system? Notice a leaking roof? Maybe it's time for a free roof inspection. Regular maintenance can extend the life of your roofing system by 10 years or more. Lakeside Roofing is your winning team for commercial and residential roofing systems. Lakeside's all-star professionals have installed, repaired, and maintained hundreds of roofs on both sides of the river. Call Lakeside Roofing today at 618-344-2800 or 314-241-5253 or online at lakesideroofing.com. Lakeside Roofing, celebrating 50 years of serving the metro area. Choose experience, choose Lakeside.
At Visionary Wealth Advisors, we empower you to see your future before it's your future, to create your inheritance, to build your vision, to anticipate the known and unknown, and to find potential in both, and build new dawns. Visionary Wealth Advisors.
Visit Brad Keene with Visionary Wealth Advisors at his new Collinsville office located at 106 North Clinton, or call Brad at 618-467-8420. Keep your ride shiny and clean with Extreme Details Vehicle Detailing in Collinsville. Extreme Details, owned and operated by former Kahok Jay Merkel. Jay and his crew at Extreme Details believe in the value of community and in helping their community hold the value of their vehicles with a sharp-looking, clean ride that you and your community can be proud of. Extreme Details can handle any job, whether you drive a small car, an SUV, or even a bus or an RV. No job is too big or too small at Extreme Details. Extreme Details offers scratch and oxidation removal, and they vacuum every vehicle regardless of what package you choose. Cars, trucks, motorcycles, boats, and more. Plus, Extreme Details can handle fleet vehicles for your company. Call Jay and the gang at Extreme Details at 977-1224 or visit Extreme Details at 936 St. Louis Road in Collinsville. Check for periodic specials on the Extreme Details Facebook page. Put the shine in your ride with Extreme Details. Got vinyl? Rich's Record Emporium on Main Street in Collinsville can take care of all of your vinyl needs and more. You can peruse through thousands of records, from country to hard-to-find jazz. And classic rock, it's always in stock at Rich's Record Emporium. Used vinyl by the hundreds, plus new releases by new artists as well as reissues by classic artists. Don't forget to check out the audio room at Rich's Record Emporium. There, you can test out all the latest in audio gear, from top-of-the-line speakers to the latest in new turntables, plus amps, streamers, and all of the accessories like needles, belts, and more. While you're there, check out the music-related wall art, as well as t-shirts, record cleaners, and so much more. Plus, if you can't find it at Rich's, they will do their best to find it for you. Come check out Collinsville's only record store, Rich's Record Emporium, 131 West Main Street in beautiful uptown Collinsville, 618-795-1333, online, richesrecordemporium.com. Don't forget, if you go into Rich's Record Emporium in uptown Collinsville and tell them you saw that ad that just ended here on the Kahok Sports Network, they will give you 5% off of your total purchase. And that doesn't matter if you're going to go in there and buy some albums or you have some sound accessories that you need. You need an album cleaner. You need a stylus, which is a needle for your turntable, by the way. Anything that you purchase at Richard's Record Emporium, if you tell them that you saw the commercial on the Kahok Sports Network, they will knock 5% off of that total bill. Pretty good deal. All right, all O'Fallon in the first half. Panthers are up 4-0. We are getting underway here in the second half, and the Cahoks have a big uphill battle to climb. Here is Gary sending it back over here to this side to Belandis. Now I'll get to, there's Megan Jeremias. Nice to see her back out there after taking a ball off the forehead, and that put her in concussion protocol for a while, but I guess she's passed all the tests, so she's allowed to come back in.
Hopefully that helps.
Hopefully. The ball ends up out of bounds, and it's going to belong to O'Fallon. So we switch sides. Mueller in goal to your left. Addie Johnson in goal to your right. Cahoks have a big uphill battle to climb if they want to get back into this one. Cahoks trail 4-0. 4 goals scored by 4 different Panthers in that first half. Here's Jeremias trying to track the ball down. She does. Turns around looking for some help and sends it over to Bolandis. Bolandis trying to send it up to Hinsey, and off of a body belonging to O'Fallon, sent back up off of Jeremias. Megan sends it back to midfield. Hinsey trying to track it down. She's tangled up with Core, and Core comes away with it. Sends it up this near sideline, and trying to track it down is Van Dyke for Collinsville. Gets there at the same time as Alina Afogo, and that ball ends up out of bounds, and it'll belong to Collinsville.
It's a name we haven't called yet today.
Yeah, probably. I was going to say put in some underclassmen, but she's a senior.
She is.
Yeah. Elena Afogo, A-F-O-G-H-O. I think that's the last name that I've seen for the first time in my life.
Common spelling.
Yeah. O'Fallon with the ball, looking for a 5th goal, and it's sent into the box, but there is Shelby Hawk to send it right back out off of the top of the head of Schreckenberg. Collinsville gets it back up to midfield, and Collinsville has 1 offensive player back against 4 defenders for O'Fallon. Pretty sure it's going to be hard to score a goal that way.
Pretty much. Yeah, they've been dropping 4 back all night.
Here's another opportunity for O'Fallon right in front, and a shot, and that one just goes right over as Anna Core had a wide open net to shoot at just about and sent it too high. Johnson was trucking that way.
Yeah. Lainey Blandis late getting back on her mark on number 5. Anna Core should have been buried in the back of the net. Collinsville dodged a bullet.
They sure did. Let's see if they can pick one up here after dodging said bullet. Sydney Summer will send us back to action here with a goal kick restart. High, out toward midfield, takes a bounce to midfield. And O'Fallon trying to track it down. Megan Jeremias, again, the only purple jersey back in a swarm of white jerseys. And the white jerseys prevail. Bringing the ball up is Mackenzie James, the defender who has a goal here tonight. She'll send it across to the top of that yellow circle out there to McMinn. McMinn, once again, trying to find Anna Core. Finds her over here on this near side from the corner kick area. Sends one in front.
Man.
And that is just an excuse me goal by Rebecca Koenig. And it's 5-0.
Anna Core streaking down the right flank, taking it deep into this far right corner, able to get the service off, a perfect serve into the 6-yard box for a heading finish.
3 minutes in.
Beautiful goal.
3 minutes into this second half, and O'Fallon scores their 5th goal. And for Koenig, that's her first one of this game, but her 17th of the year. She is in second place all by herself in that department, as she is behind Avery Christopher's now 33. Koenig was just in the right spot at the right time. That ball came in and hit her body, and it went in because Addie Johnson was on the opposite side.
This team just creates such big matchup problems for Collinsville.
So O'Fallon pads their lead and looking for more. They beat Collinsville 7-0 the last time these two teams played on April the 7th, and right now it's 5-0, and that is going to be, he pointed his head again. You got to use your head there, Elena Afago. And she just kind of plowed right into Jordan Gary from behind and knocked Jordan down. So Collinsville had a number of free kicks, but they've all been from 50 yards or beyond. This one from about 60 yards away. Comes in front, knocked back out by O'Fallon. Jeremias is there trying to track the ball down, and she's got 3 O'Fallon Panthers around her. Ball comes down. Here is Afago. Sends it back to the midfielders for the Panthers. That is Ella Peterson, who has a goal. Onto the foot of Kylie McMinn. McMinn sends the ball up to Anna Core. Core almost joined that score sheet just a minute ago. Here is a 2-on-1. I would believe so. And Afago almost paid no attention to the whistle as she came in there and made a little body contact with Addie Johnson before she threw her hands up, being all disgusted and stuff that ball was offside.
Megan Summer, Kira Van Dyke stepping up right at the last minute, pulling her offsides. Otherwise, it was a breakaway to goal.
Sydney Summer sends the ball back into the Collinsville offensive zone. Cayhawks have not spent a lot of time there, and they didn't spend a lot of time there that time as that ball came right back out almost 5 seconds after it was in. But here is Sarah Hinsey tracking the ball down. Now, O'Fallon picks it up, and they'll bring it back the other way. Here is Koenig, who just scored the goal, gets around Hinsey again with a nice move. Koenig trying to thread the needle. She had Anna Core coming up the slot,
Still
and here
offside.
we go, and that one's offside as well, as Peterson was breaking in all alone, but she was about 3 bodies behind the defense.
Give this linesman credit. He's seeing it perfectly. I'm
Yeah.
seeing it from a different angle, but he's got them both times.
Cardinals losing 3-0 to Baltimore at Busch Stadium. Blues get underway here in about an hour. Update on that varsity baseball game I told you about. It was a 3-2 final, not 5-1 versus Belleville East. We did get a JV softball final, so varsity loses to Belleville East 14-3, and JV loses 12-3, and the JV softball team now 0-17 on the year. Yeah. Spring sports teams are taking it on the chin this year, folks, that's for sure.
It's unfortunate.
It is. That ball ends up out of bounds. We have our first postseason game already scheduled. That's a week from tonight. Girls soccer, Collinsville here against Alton. That is a 5 o'clock game, so we'll be on the air around 4:40 with the pregame show. We're going to have an interview with Lydia Flush. She's the final senior to interview of the seniors on the soccer team. We're not going to be able to get to all the seniors for all the teams. I'm sorry about that, but we're running out of time.
Collins learning their first corner, correct?
Yes, it is. First corner kick of this game. Boys volleyball playoffs are already set as well. Collinsville will take on Father McGivney. That'll be, the Monday after the first volleyball game. So 6 days later will be that one. And then probably a couple of days after that, baseball and softball will play their postseason games. Still waiting for that schedule to come out. Corner kick is on the way, and in front it goes, and it does not go toward the goal. Instead, it goes into the opposite direction. Here is Van Dyke trying to shield off her defender and give Belandis a chance to get it up there. She does. And then O'Fallon. They keep moving the ball forward. On the far side sideline, Panthers bring it up. And that ball will go into the bench of the Panthers. So Collinsville will have a throw in. Back out of bounds. We'll move that throw in up about 10 yards. Shelby Hawk with the throw in for Collinsville. 32-20 left to play here in this second half. 5-0 in favor of O'Fallon. I believe that is a 6 o'clock boys volleyball start on their playoff. And they're playing at Belleville East. And I believe that's a play-in game, and the winner will get Belleville East. If my memory serves me correctly anyway. I get out my my handy-dandy calendar planner here. May the 23rd, 6 p.m. versus Father McGivney. Collinsville has already lost twice to Father McGivney this year. So they have a tall task in their first season ever playing boys volleyball. No expectations to build off of, so we just wish them the best of luck and hope they can pull something off.
Well, those boys should remember that they laid the groundwork for the future of that program.
Here's another goal kick foul by Summer into the box. Down it goes. It rolls, and looked like Jordan Gary was trying to run at the ball and swat it in with her hand. Either that or she got shoved from behind and it just wasn't called. I didn't see it.
I didn't see it either, but she was looking for the foul for sure.
Yeah.
And she's saying she was pulled down.
Yeah. She's frustrated, understandably so. Down 5-0 in a non-call in the box. From her point of view, from my point of view, something happened. I just didn't see what exactly. All I saw was her body flop down, and I'm sure she didn't do that on her own. There's a rolling ball, and Addie Johnson is going to have to come out. She misplays the ball, and there is Sydney Summer to clean up that mess, because coming in was a Fogo, and that ball almost ended up in the back of the net, but Collinsville survives. O'Fallon gets the ball out to midfield once again, and then pushed out of bounds by Jordan Gary into the Panthers bench.
I think Addie struggled to figure out what she wanted to do. If she wanted to play
hard
with the
decision
feet,
to make,
or if
yeah.
she wanted to, slide and cover the ball.
Shot from way out, and a one bouncer right into the breadbasket of Addie Johnson. as we have played the first 10 minutes here in this second half. 5-0 in favor of O'Fallon. All the way back out to midfield it goes. Comes down in the midfield logo area. O'Fallon. They'll send it up again, and
she was on.
Yep, looks like at that time. And Addie Johnson comes out and plays the angle off the back of Addie's shoes and across the inline. And another corner kick coming up here for O'Fallon. That's going to be their 7th.
Addie getting a little ambitious on that one, coming that far out.
Two players over there in the corner. Fogo is standing right in front of Johnson. Now Johnson stands around and gets in front of her. And the kick from the far side on the way. And out front it goes. It rolls down, and Fogo off of the top of her shoe and across the end line, and it'll turn into a goal kick restart here for the Kahawks. Substitution for Collinsville.
Aubrey Johnson.
In for Grace Lanier.
Number 2, Aubrey Johnson.
So Aubrey's
been out with a foot injury for about the last 3 or 4 weeks as well. So,
freshman younger sister of Addie Johnson. They both play on the volleyball team together. We had 3 Johnsons playing on the volleyball team. All I had to do was say Johnson. I was halfway right. Here comes O'Fallon once again. A shot, and that one is going to be off the crossbar, or that belongs to the football goalpost. As those things are still wobbling after that shot. One over on the far side, still moving.
Yeah, I see it.
Another substitution coming up here for the Kahawks as Lydia Fluss will head to the sideline. Sophia Kiefner will come in and take her place.
Coach Munoz trying to get a breather for some of her girls. It's going to be a long half.
Yes, it is. Ball sent back out to midfield. O'Fallon pushes it right back to where it came from. And here is Aubrey Johnson trying to track it down, trying to get it away from Rebecca Koenig. Koenig has the lone goal here in the second half. In front it goes. Shot and a block out front by the defense for Collinsville. Nicely done. Back out to midfield it goes. Up to Taki. Back over onto the foot of McMinn. McMinn gets shoved off of the ball, and it finds Megan Jeremias. Jeremias gets past one defender, sends it up to Jordan Gary. Gary couldn't get enough on it. She was trying to pass it to Sarah Hensey, but couldn't get enough on the pass. Now Hensey trying to wrestle that ball back away, but it's McMinn who comes up with it. Gets the ball up to Ella Peterson. Peterson has a goal in this game. She sends it up to the front of the box, and Hawk sends it right back out. Megan Jeremias gets shoved from behind. No call, and a sideline pass finds Morgan Rader. Rader in front of the O'Fallon bench sends it up the line, trying to get Jeremias a chance to track it down. Jeremias almost got that ball away, but O'Fallon stays with it defensively, and they'll send it back down, and Addie Johnson will be there at the front of the box waiting for it and picks it up just as Fogo was coming in. Johnson sends the ball back down. Off of the back of the head of Jordan Gary into the Collinsville offensive zone. Jeremias trying to track it down once again. Second time she's been in a foot race there with Mackenzie James. And now James gets the ball back from Macy Mueller. Haven't spoken much of Macy Mueller here after giving the stats. She has not seen a lot of action.
I think O'Fallon is really trying to get some playing time for some of their lower-end players.
Here
Different
is
names.
Savannah Hendrickson. Yep, that's one. Savannah Hendrickson is a senior, but she did not start in this game. Here's Jordan Gary. Gary does a nice job getting around the defense. Comes up here over on this left wing. Turns the circle inside the box and puts one high. As she had Jeremias coming up one side, and coming up the middle was Sophia Kiefner, but Gary decided to go ahead and shoot. Collinsville is also going to bring in some underclassmen as well. Trying to rest the girls up as they have to get ready for postseason play. Besides the game Friday they have at Edwardsville, which is always tough.
Always tough. Always tough matchup.
Liliana Lira into the game for Collinsville. Didn't see who the other one is. Was that Morgan Lang?
It's Morgan Lang,
okay.
Yep.
O'Fallon with the ball. They bring it up. Here is Anna Core. Well, there's a nice little move put on there by Ella Peterson. Peterson looking for her second goal. Tries to move around, does so, puts it up front, but Sydney Summer bounces that ball out of there. And Jordan Gary will send it over to the far side for Lang. Now it comes over to Lyra. Lyra back over to Lang. Lang will send the ball up trying to find Morgan Rader. A little too far for her. Then Morgan gets bumped off the ball, and that ball will belong to O'Fallon.
One thing I notice about this O'Fallon offense, they make such good creative runs, running into space, balls being played through, constantly getting behind the Collinsville defense.
They've done that a bunch,
yep,
including a couple of offside calls here in the second half. Somebody needs to fix that alarm on that car.
Is that bothering you?
Yes, it is. Here is O'Fallon at the side of the box, and that is...
Corner. No.
No, they didn't call that a corner? I thought that was off of the shins of Sydney Summer and out of bounds.
I'm 100% positive it was.
Yeah. That was our look from all the way up here. Not going to argue, not being down 5-0.
You got a whole slew of Fallon Panthers over there in the corner. Looks like either stretching or warming up. I'm not sure what they are doing, if they're going to do a wholesale change.
Well, I didn't bring O'Fallon's JV roster, so if they have a bunch of girls that are going to play, I'm not going to have names. Here is Core with a shot. That one rolls right to Johnson. Maybe they're just staying loose. I don't know. I think they usually do that in the second half. A lot of girls, they warm up the legs just in case they get called in because they've been sitting for most of the game. Here is Kira Van Dyke. Van Dyke tries to send it up, couldn't, and it gets sent right back. Now over to Summer. Summer back over here for Belandis. And Belandis, with her head picked up, looks to find out where people are and sends one to Morgan Rader. But that bounces off the top of Rader's head and then bounces off of Schreckenberg's head, and forward it goes. Here is Jordan Gary, who picks the ball up for the K-Hawks.
Jordan's looking for runners, and they're not there.
Switches directions and brings it over here, but unable to track that ball down was Kiefner. So it'll be a throw-in coming up here for Savannah Hendrickson. Morgan Rader misplayed that ball. I thought she was going to try to smack it with her hand. That ball goes all the way to the outside, far side, left wing of the box, and a shot from an off angle goes off the far side post and out of bounds, and it'll be a corner kick.
Again,
did Johnson touch that ball?
I think somebody did. It might have been Summer. I'm not sure. Another example of another creative run into space for O'Fallon there. They're just getting behind our defense. They're gassed.
21:50 left to play. 5-0 O'Fallon, and instead they have a corner kick. They'll send one out front, and a nice block by Van Dyke to keep that one from going any farther. Offense sends it back up for O'Fallon. Shelby Hawk sends it up for Collinsville, and the defense once again takes over for the Panthers. Over to Peterson, and then out of bounds, so Collinsville will get the throw in, and Shelby Hawk will track the ball down and take care of all of it by herself. Sun is down, and it feels pretty good outside.
It is nice. It's a beautiful breeze blowing tonight.
You can barely see St. Louis off in the distance, though. It's so hazy. It's got a July feel to it.
Yeah. Well, today did feel like it.
Yeah. Tomorrow's going to feel like it, too. Our first week of washers is going to be a blistering one. That ball is kicked across the line, and Collinsville will have another goal kick restart.
Here's your wholesale change.
Yeah, we got all kinds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Naroda, Christopher come back in.
Christopher's now playing a defending role or center back role.
Number 9, Sadie Miller, number 13.
Fallon coach moving some players around.
So no JVers are coming in. Well, I mean, there might be a couple of them on there, but I thought we were going to see all total underclassmen coming in, but they're just mixing and matching some of the girls that have been hanging out for a while, and now we're going to have a water break. So we'll take a water break as well, and we'll be back here in just a moment on the Kahok Sports Network.
First National Bank of Waterloo, with over 100 years serving the Metro East.
Visit First National Bank of Waterloo at their Maryville and Collinsville locations for all of your banking, mortgage, and lending needs. Why? Super low closing costs, low construction loan rates, and they do so much to support our local communities. When you need a loan, call the Collinsville team at First National Bank of Waterloo at 618-345-1121 or visit their Maryville and Collinsville locations or online at fnbwaterloo.bank. First National Bank of Waterloo, member FDIC, equal housing lender. Looking to buy a new home or sell your current home? Trust the Blaylock Group of eXp Realty with all of your real estate needs. The real estate market is hot right now, and you can trust the years of experience the Blaylock Group brings to the table. The Blaylock Group can help you find your dream home, or they can help you get top dollar for your current home. Give Peyton or Emily Blaylock a call today at the Blaylock Group of eXp Realty, 618-780-4622. That's 618-780-4622. The Blaylock Group of eXp Realty. Todd Duke, Brett Bourne back with you from Kahok Stadium here at Collinsville High School. We'll at least have one more game back here before it's all said and done. We'll be back here a week from tonight, 5 p.m. start. Regional semifinal between Collinsville and Alton. If they can pull off the win in that game, they'll be back here Friday for the regional championship game. Cardinals have been total, losing now 4-0. Next up for us, by the way, is Thursday. We have Lady Kahok softball for you. It is senior night, and guess who they're playing? O'Fallon.
We have a goalkeeper change here for O'Fallon, Todd. This is the JV goalkeeper that you talked about.
No, I didn't get a number. Is it Kendall Jogerst wearing number 1? She is a junior. Yeah, that's the girl that has legs up to her armpits.
Yep, that must be the JV goalkeeper.
So they will save Macy Mueller. Mueller has played every single minute of every varsity game this year. This is the first game that she is not. Yay, Kendall! The O'Fallon fans love it. The girls on their own bench are waving at her. All right, back to action and a whistle right after we get back from the water break. As we are halfway through the second half, 20 minutes down, 20 minutes to go. Collinsville trailing 5-0. They have a long uphill battle in front of them.
Some of these scores O'Fallon has beat teams by this year. I'm surprised they haven't given their starting goalkeeper a rest, at least to avoid injury in blowout games, you know?
Well, the weather hasn't been stifling hot either, so that might be another reason they got her out of here.
Yeah.
Trying to save some of that energy for Thursday's match against Belleville West. Throw in by Belandis for Collinsville. She overshoots her intended target. That was Kiefner. Raider there trying to track the ball down. She steps in front, gets away with it, and at the end line, runs out of room, goes off of her feet, and out of bounds.
I'm not sure why she didn't get that service off there with her left foot, unless she just felt that defender was going to block it.
Could be. So, instead of a ball deep down in the offensive zone for Collinsville, O'Fallon gets it back. They'll send it back into their defense once again. And they'll bring it up. Kendall Jogerst in goal for the first time this year. But if you want to test out the JV goalkeeper, you have to generate some offense. Collinsville has been unable to do that here in this game.
Got to shoot the ball. You got to get down there.
Got to get down there. Here comes Core. She's coming down here. And from an off wing, she'll send one up front, and Sydney Summer will take care of that one before it even reaches Addie Johnson. And it'll turn into the 8th corner kick here for O'Fallon. I'm keeping track.
Versus Collinsville's
1.
1. That That's the tail of the game right there.
Well, you don't get the ball down in the offensive
Right.
zone, it doesn't have a chance to go across the line.
Correct.
Corner kick, Hogs. Here is Core with that kick. Popped up, it's going to come short and off of the back of the head and into goal. That is Elena Afogo. She makes it 6-0 in favor of O'Fallon.
There's one thing Collinsville does not defend well is corner kicks. I think that is at least the 4th or 5th goal we've been scored on from a corner kick this year.
For Afogo, that is her 2nd goal on the varsity team this year. And it is 6-0 in favor of O'Fallon.
O'Fallon's 6th goal of the game scored by number 10, Elena Afago. Time of the goal, 62.
And I believe,
Afago.
correct me if I'm wrong, but if O'Fallon scores another goal, don't they institute some kind of a mercy rule and take time off the clock?
Probably a question for Chris Kettler.
Right, Kettler? 7 goals, mercy rule? Yeah. Yeah, that's what I thought. It's been a while since I've seen somebody institute a mercy rule goal, but if memory served me correctly, that would be it, and I believe I'm right. It doesn't happen very often. Ask my wife.
That you're right, or the
That I'm
mercy
right.
rule?
That I'm right. Went to trivia at the American Legion on Saturday, music trivia.
That's up your alley.
Yeah, and one of the questions, they gave you a clue, had nothing to do with music, but the clue led to the answer. And one of the clues that they gave us was, in soccer, this is indicated by a 2-minute penalty. And I'm like, I didn't think they had timed penalties in soccer.
Nope.
I said, that's hockey.
Mm-hmm.
What are you talking about? Well, they looked it up on the internet and showed everybody, here, man, look what it says, that if you get a yellow card, it's a 2-minute penalty. You have to go to the sideline. You're not allowed to come back in unless 2 minutes have gone by.
Indoor
I said,
soccer.
I do soccer. I said, yeah, that's what
Yeah.
I said. I said, probably indoor soccer does that, but not soccer as in general in soccer. And the answer was yellow card. And I've never even heard of a band called Yellow Card.
No, me neither.
Dude, there was a lot of questions in that music trivia, that a lot of today's music, and I do not know a lot of today's music.
Well, the Lady Kahok trivia that we had a couple weeks ago as a fundraiser for the program, I struggled that whole night too.
Yeah. Well, we finally got to a category that was called Hot or Not, and they played 10 seconds of a song. Was it the Red Hot Chili Peppers or was it not the Red Hot Chili Peppers? If it was, there's a shot toward the goal, and the JV goalkeeper Joggers is out there, and her bench gives her a Bronx cheer. So if it was, they had 2 things you circle on your sheet, hot or not. So you circled hot if it was the Red Hot Chili Peppers, that's 1 point. You got an extra point if you could name the song. If it was not, you circled the word not, that's 1 point. And then you named the band that it was if it wasn't the Red Hot Chili Peppers. They were throwing up some Pearl Jam, some Nirvana, some Soundgarden. I was all over it.
Yeah.
That was the only category I kicked butt on.
So you like the grunge scene?
I like classic rock and roll, and grunge came out in the '90s, so that's classic rock and roll now.
That was my era.
Yeah.
Yours was probably a
Oh,
decade before that.
Oh yeah, I was big late '70s, early '80s, Led Zeppelin, Aerosmith, Boston, all those. But I do appreciate good music. Doesn't matter. So the grunge, yeah, I love Soundgarden.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, Chris Cornell had one of the best voices ever.
Absolutely.
Man, that dude could sing.
Mm-hmm.
Can you tell it's 6-0? We're up here talking about music.
Not much else to talk about.
Yeah, not much in this one anyway. Yeah, I've got some stuff on vinyl, and that stuff they didn't have vinyl back then.
No.
It was all on CD or cassette.
CDs for sure.
Yeah. So finding this stuff on vinyl has been really fun. I've got some Pearl Jam on vinyl. I got some Faith No More on vinyl.
Really?
Yeah.
Where are you finding that stuff at?
Dude, I tell you what, man. These record companies are getting smart now, and they're starting to reissue all this stuff on brand new 180-gram heavy vinyl. And I just bought STP's Core. I've been looking for it. I knew it was out on vinyl. Been looking for it for over a year now. Finally found it and had to pay $50 for it. Wow. Yeah. But when I put that needle down,
sounded
the
good.
first thing I hear is, I am smelling like... Okay, so It was all worth it.
Mm-hmm.
And Temple of the Dog on vinyl. Ooh,
Temple
boy.
of the Dog. That was what? Did they only do one album?
Yep, that was the Chris Cornell supergroup.
They were good, though.
Oh, man, they were good. And that whole album is just excellent. All right, back to some soccer action here. We could do a whole podcast just on music, man.
Yeah.
You were in a band, right? So did you play that kind of music?
We did.
Did you?
that was my scene.
Yeah.
Late 80s, early 90s, alternative, grunge. That was my wheelhouse.
Yeah. It's a good wheelhouse to have.
I have a little Temple on my Spotify playlist.
Yeah, I went out and got it on CD so I could put it on my MP3 player so I could listen to it while I'm cutting grass. Here's Sydney Summer. Another goal kick restart here for Collinsville as we have 12:35 left to play in this second half. 6-0 in favor of O'Fallon. Ball comes down at midfield. And it's tracked down there by O'Fallon, and they'll just send it straight into their bench. A little bit of a mishit there by Emerson Naroda, who has her first goal of the year here in this game. Off the head of Jordan Gary and in front of the Kahok bench. Back to the middle of the defense here for O'Fallon. They'll send it over here to the sideline. That's tracked down by Caitlin Knaust. Back to her teammate Reagan Scheckenberg, and Scheckenberg will send the ball up to Anna Core. Core pops it right in front of the box, comes down, and almost a golden chance there for O'Fallon, but Sydney Summer got to that ball first and kicked it out of harm's way. Back to the defense it goes once again for O'Fallon. We're down to 11:40 left to play here in this second half. Shot toward the goal, but a little bit off the side, but that's Core. She'll put one in, and then that crossing pass intended over on that far side post for Naroda, and Naroda just missed it.
Just missed it by a step. And McCore sending some nice service inside the box for the O'Fallon Panthers.
Yeah, she almost had a score herself earlier in this half. Had a
think
wide open
she's-
net.
I think she's one. I think I heard one of 5 girls going D1 or has D1 offers on this team.
Yeah. That's cool. When you win a state championship, your team gets noticed.
Yep.
There is Jordan Gary. Well, Jordan has tried to send the ball up to Ava DiGirolamo, who's into the game for the first time, and DiGirolamo comes back and picks that ball right up. Nice play by Ava. Back out toward the middle it goes, picked up there by O'Fallon, and then Gary tracks it down for Collinsville and sends it in between the benches. And a throw-in coming up here for O'Fallon. So a couple of freshmen out there for Collinsville, Aubrey Johnson and Ava DiGirolamo seeing some playing time on the varsity level here in this game.
And Lily Lira.
Yeah, Liliana Lira.
3 out there right now.
Yeah. Sydney Summer sends the ball tracking right in front of the Kahok bench. It rolls, and it rolls out of bounds, and O'Fallon will have a throw-in at the end of the Kahok bench. Just about 30 minutes gone here in this second half. It's looking more and more like O'Fallon's going to come away with a victory here. The question is can Collinsville get one in the net to avoid the shutout?
It'd be nice to get on the board. This is the most animated I've seen Jordan Gary, showing a little bit of frustration out here tonight.
Yeah.
With some teammates.
Ball sent up to midfield, and there is Jordan Gary. Gets shoved from behind, then she gets taken down in the circle. No call on either of the body contacts going on there. And now the ball will find Naroda. And then Shelby Hawk steps up and steps into the ball. And now over to Aubrey Johnson. And another chance here for Core. Core shoots, and this time she makes no mistake with the open net. And now it is 7-0 in favor of O'Fallon. And we will see if the referee wants to take some time off the clock. And it looks like he's looking up here, and he'll do just that. See if we can hear him.
.450.
So we're going to take the clock down to 4 minutes and 56 seconds. Is that what we're going to do? So we knocked off about 4 minutes. 7-0.
Following 7th goal of the game, scored by number 5, goal, 70-48.
So O'Fallon with 4 goals in the first half, 3 goals here in the second half. Well, they spread it out this time. Last time they played, O'Fallon scored 6 goals in the first half. That ball's out of bounds. And it'll go back to Collinsville. And the Kahawks will throw it in down here on this near side sideline. With 4:20 left to play here in this second half now that they've took some time off the clock. Ball is popped straight up. Out to midfield it goes. So the Kahawks will try to lick their wounds and see if they can battle it against Edwardsville on Friday in the season finale before the Kahawks return here to Kahawk Stadium on Tuesday to take on Alton in the first regional semifinal.
In a game like this, 7-0, I got a question. Why is Jordan Gary still out there?
Yeah, now you just got to not get hurt.
Right. You know, you got 2 games left.
They've been playing her rough all night.
They have.
They've been knocking her down and pushing her, and
I'm just not seeing the benefit. I can appreciate it, but I would save her.
Well, Fallon sends it over here to the near sideline. Here is Core, who just scored a goal. That's her 7th of the year. And the O'Fallon Panthers go back to work. And over here on this near sideline, it just avoids Koenig, the number 2 leading goal scorer on this team. She has a goal here tonight. So does Avery Christopher. So Core just separated herself into 3rd place all by herself as she now has 1 more than Kylie McMinn. Out to midfield it goes, and once again, O'Fallon is on the move. Here is McMinn. Just spoke of her. She sends the ball up, and that one's offside. 2:35 left to play here in the second half. It's been all O'Fallon here tonight. It was all O'Fallon in the gym as well. Volleyball teams, both of them lost. JV lost 2 matches to 1. Varsity lost in a sweep, 2-0. And then the other 2 sports we follow, baseball and softball, both teams played Belleville East. Softball varsity lost at Belleville East 14-3. Baseball varsity lost at Woodland Park 3-2. That's not a bad score there for them. Belleville East has got a really good baseball team.
Sounds like they do. Collinsville's got so many kids that play in that extreme baseball club, select club. I hope that pipeline is going to be a lot deeper coming in the next few years.
Yeah. Well, the JV team had an excellent year last year, and I thought that was going to translate to a little bit of a better year this year for the varsity team, but maybe next year we'll get a little bit better as well because I know there's some sophomores that are going to knock on that varsity door next year.
Absolutely. Absolutely. That 2024 class is pretty strong in a lot of the sports.
Yeah,
as you know,
they are.
With soccer and basketball's coming. They got a good freshman class there, I think.
Yep. Yeah, freshmen did very well this year. 1:15 left to play in this one. 7-0 in favor of O'Fallon. Again, we'll talk things over with JV head coach Sydney Carroll in the pregame show, which will be coming your way here in about 60 seconds or so.
1 minute remaining in the second half. 1 minute.
Well, Mr. Borm, you enjoy yourself Friday night at Edwardsville.
Yes, sir.
And we'll see you back here in a week.
See if that Edwardsville announcer gets on my nerves, as he typically does.
Here is a feed for Koenig, and Koenig will turn up on the right wing, looking for another one, and Collinsville blocks that one out of there. That was a nice job by Aubrey Johnson to be in the right place at the right time. And then Sydney Summer will send the ball back out. 30 seconds to play. Jordan Gary chops the ball down with the bottom of her foot, now sends the ball back over this way for DiGirolamo. Ava got knocked off the ball. Comes down again for O'Fallon, and right at the midfield portion of this pitch, O'Fallon, they'll just kind of knock some more time off the clock. They'll send one toward the goal, and Addie Johnson will catch it, and by the time she kicks it out of there, this game will be over. Ball in the air, and at midfield it falls down as the buzzer sounds, and it's 7-0 final is our score. Thank you again, sir. Appreciate you.
Yes,
you
sir.
have a good night. We'll see you next week.
All right.
All right, that is Brett Borm. We appreciate him helping us out here on the Kahok Sports Network as we transition our way into the post-game program brought to you by Cafe Agape in Collinsville, home of the Kahok Chicken Sandwich. Cafe Agape been doing their thing since 2012. That is offering catering, some of the best home-cooked food in the area. Give Cafe Agape a call if you have some things you need to be catered, whether that is a wedding reception, a business luncheon, an awards ceremony, or whatever the case may be. They will take care of you and cater your event. 345 Cafe is their number. Again, that's Cafe Agape, 345-2233. Post-game show comes your way next on the Kahok Sports Network.
Cafe Agape serves up some of the best sandwiches, burgers, pork steaks, meatloaf, fish, and more in Collinsville. And yes, they still cater. Wedding receptions, luncheons, business meetings, and much more. And Cafe Agape is your destination for all of your holiday and party favorites, both main courses as well as delicious sides. Cafe Agape in Collinsville is the only place to pick up a Kahok sandwich or dog and the new Flamin' Kahok sandwich. Cafe Agape, check them out at 703 St. Louis Road. Give them a call at 345-CAFE. That's 345-2233. And don't forget to tell them Stewie sent you.
The Junior Service Club of Collinsville has been a proud supporter of KahokSports.com and the Kahok Sports Network from day one. Since 1934, the Junior Service Club of Collinsville has been providing women in the community an opportunity to make a difference with fundraisers and projects, all that go towards helping the needy in Collinsville. If you would like any information on any event sponsored by the Collinsville Junior Service Club, head to Facebook, type in Collinsville Junior Service Club, and then click on the Event tab. We thank the Collinsville Junior Service Club for their continued support of the Kahok Sports Network and KahokSports.com. Code 3 Barbecue Supply, home of Code 3 Spices, is first responder owned by proud Kahok alums. Located at 302 East Main Street, Code 3 Barbecue Supply is your home for one-of-a-kind everything barbecue headquarters, providing the best American-made barbecue grills, smokers, rubs, sauces, accessories, and cooking expertise from professional barbecue experts. Code 3 Spices provides award-winning rubs and sauces and donates 25 cents a unit sold to first responder and military organizations to aid the fallen and assist with suicide prevention and PTSD awareness. Stop on by. See the guys at Code 3 Barbecue Supply for all of your cooking and grilling needs. Code 3 Barbecue Supply, home of the Memphis in May first place world champion Patriot sauce. Learn more about their products and mission in giving back to those who serve at code3spices.com.
Do you have a big land improvement project that requires some outside help? Call Petroff Trucking Company. The Petroff Companies have been shaping the metro area since 1975. Family owned and operated, Petroff Trucking Company can do the job and do it right. Hauling, excavating, and grading, they do that and more. Petroff Companies also has roll-off dumpster rentals. They also specialize in dirt and rock sales. Petroff Trucking Company can help you develop your land for your needs. Petroff Trucking Company. Check out their website, petrofftrucking.com, or give them a call, 618-797-6100. Petroff Trucking Company, shaping the metro area since 1975. Cafe Agape serves up some of the best sandwiches, burgers, pork steaks, meatloaf, fish, and more in Collinsville. And yes, they still cater. Wedding receptions, luncheons, business meetings, and much more. And Cafe Agape is your destination for all of your holiday and party favorites, both main courses as well as delicious sides. Cafe Agape in Collinsville is the only place to pick up a Kahok sandwich or dog and the new Flamin' Kahok sandwich. Cafe Agape, check them out at 703 St. Louis Road. Give them a call at 345-CAFE. That's 345-2233. And don't forget to tell them Stewie sent you.
And we welcome you back into the Cafe Agape post-game show here on the Kahok Sports Network. Collinsville drops this one tonight. Final score of 7-0. That was the same score that the game was back on April the 7th at O'Fallon. So back-to-back 7-0 losses for Collinsville, and the Kahawks have now lost 4 straight to O'Fallon and have been outscored 23-0 in those 4 games. And joining us now is JV head coach and varsity assistant coach Sydney Carroll. How are you, dear?
Hot.
Yeah, it is kind of warm outside. All right, so not much to pick in this one that was a bright spot for Collinsville. I don't know about you. It was a rough game to watch from my point of view. How about from yours?
Yeah. We talked to the girls before the game. Like, we know it's hot. Doesn't matter. The other team has to play in it too. We talked about O'Fallon and how we lost 7-0 in last time, and like we are a better team since then. And a lot of it was just, unfortunately, lack of effort. The girls were tired. Not saying that's an excuse, but you could see it on the field. Not going to balls that we normally go to, not winning head balls in the middle like we will sometimes, and just kind of a lack of effort tonight, unfortunately.
And you can't do that against O'Fallon. You can't do that against anybody, but especially a team like O'Fallon. They will make you pay, and they did.
Absolutely. And unfortunately, a lot of their goals come off of our mistakes, not marking, not stepping to balls, diving in, simple mistakes that we should be able to handle and be able to fix, and cost us tonight.
Yeah, there was a few times where you saw a Collinsville forward downfield ready to accept a pass, but when she did, there was 5 white jerseys around her.
Yeah, we've been talking about that all year. Like, one person can't beat the entire back line. Once the ball goes up, everybody has to get up. But, again, that takes the effort we're talking about with this group. So,
All right, let's talk a little JV Lady Kahok soccer. You guys lost 2-0 to O'Fallon. Pretty good game from what I got to witness. I didn't get to witness the whole thing, but you guys are now 6-9-4 on the year. Talk to me about your season as a whole, because you have 1 game left, and then your season comes to an end, and we can't be there Friday at Edwardsville, so that's why we had you come up tonight. So tell me about your season.
I'm super proud of the girls. We started off the year with a bunch of girls who I don't know have played soccer before. A lot of our JV girls, I think, maybe have played recreationally, not for a club team. But they've really come together. We stressed a lot this year, like running through the ball, challenging for head balls, going into tackles hard, because they are very afraid of the ball to start the year. But, I mean, they've come such a long way. Like 6 wins on the year is huge for them, because it wasn't looking too bright for us at the beginning with the group that we had. The injury bug caught us a lot in these past couple games, so it's nice. So I had almost a full roster back tonight, which was fun. Just missing Megan Summer out with an ankle sprain. But, yeah. Super proud of the girls. They've learned to compete, and they've learned to play together as a team this year, which is awesome to see.
So who from the JV team will we might see on the varsity team next year? I mean, we already saw 3 freshmen play the end of this game, and Aubrey Johnson, Ava DiGirolamo, and Liliana Lira. Do they have what it takes to make that step and make the varsity roster next year?
I think they work hard over the summer. I think into the fall, I think they stand a decent chance. Aubrey Johnson, for sure. I think she's played very well. Again, she got hit with that injury bug, but, I mean, couldn't tell tonight. She played really, really well both games. I think Ella Borum with a little bit more work, maybe not next year, but year after. I think she gets looks next year, and for sure in 2 years I think she's a good player to step in and take some roles in there.
In goal, you have another freshman in Alyssa Huckleberry. She's seen most of the action this year. I know she's got a couple of shutouts under her belt as well. What about her play? And I know that Addie Johnson's coming back next year, so where does Huckleberry fit into all that?
We brought Alyssa up to the varsity roster for the Iowa tournament. We went and played. We said she has improved. Jody told her, not sure I would have trusted you to play in a varsity goal at the start of the season. She's like, I 100% trust you now. She's improved. She's built confidence. She's not afraid to come off her line as much as she was at the beginning of the year. So I think moving forward, she hangs out with Addie. We get some goalie training in there. I think once Addie's gone, I mean, she's a good contender for that starting spot. So.
Okay. All right. Well, good luck to you Friday in your last game against Edwardsville. Thank you very much for coming up the few times that you did to visit us in the booth. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
Have a good night.
You too.
Sydney Carroll, the JV head coach and the assistant varsity coach here for your Collinsville Lady Kahok soccer team. And that is going to do it for us here on the Cafe Agape post-game show. A big thank you to Brett Borm on the other microphone. We're back in action Thursday afternoon. It's senior day for your Lady Kahok softball team as they take on the O'Fallon Lady Panthers in that game as well. We'll be on the air about, probably around 4 o'clock with the senior day festivities. We'll see when everything gets underway. And, of course, the game is set to get underway with first pitch being at 4:30. So a big thank you to everyone who watched and tuned in. Big thank you to our sponsors. Another thank you to Mr. Brett Borm and Sydney Carroll for hanging out here and putting on those microphones and talking with us. My name is Todd Duke, and until Thursday, everyone have yourselves a fantastic rest of your evening.